It's the man up above, you know. So when I go around doing these wicked things to one another, it's only you got to suffer for it in the long run. You know how good me feel today when me see a woman standing up in a labor dress and a woman standing up in a unity dress and they're hugging up and they're dancing with one another. Because let me tell you something, you see how life going on right now, you know what we need in this place. Let me tell you this right now. Make me tell you this right now, cause me want everybody live together as well. We can't do what you want to, cause what?
One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. One love. Hear the children crying. One heart. Saying, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Saying, let's get together and feel alright.
Hey, do me a favor. Let's get pass the wall. The dirty remarks. Yo, China wall, big up yourself now, man. Walk one.
I'd really love to
Big up yourself. I'm telling you, and one.
Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who have?
I want everybody to do me a favor right now. If you're home, get up, get up, get up. Mommy, get up, get up, get up, get up. Get up, me say. If you're home and you're watching me right now, me say, get up. Mommy, feel you, man, get up. I want everybody give me a scan right now. Give me a scan.
Skanking, grooving, hallelujah.
Give me a scan, me say.
Skanking, grooving, skanking, grooving, under pressure. Yeah, skanking, grooving. Under the pressures of your life and it up.
What?
No stay down.
Yo, Kida, you done do your work.
No matter with
You done do your work, so you reach.
Full vibe.
Do me a favor, no man.
When the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due.
Yo, you see when you done pay up your bills them and everything start to get sweet again.
Best friends are gone.
And the music come on. And the music come on. We say
Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free.
what? Forget your troubles and rock with me. Cause you don't see your reggae.
Music sweet, we get it. Skanking sweet.
But big and serious, right? You know that makes skanking sweeter, music sweeter, and life sweeter. When you mind your own business and stop mind people business. Me, I'm gonna tell you right now, cause me say life don't be sweeter when you mind your own business. Let me tell you about some of them lady case that won't stop watch us. Tell them we say
Chatty chatty, Mount Amasi, mix up. Why you don't leave people business?
why that you gonna pull up again? That one gonna pull up again. Yo, hot grass, that one gonna pull up again.
Talk to them and sing us.
Chatty chatty, Mount Amasi, mix up. Why you don't leave people business? I said below people business. Good God, I tell you about.
Now see nigga, nose in nearby your place want fix up. Why you don't allow people business? Leave people business alone.
Hey, mister.
Leave people business alone.
Because some of them like to tell people about their backyard and their yard well want clean up, moving right along.
Wait it down and tell the people about the musical days coming your way.
No, no, no.
Watch out. You don't love me and I feel like I want to play something for my grandpa. Yo, big up Sonny Nolan now, my grandfather, because he, yo, Tasha. You know, grandpa call me crying, eh? I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. Yo, Sonny Nolan, Sensei, I love you, yeah? I'm going to play something for me older folks in the reggae business. Me grown folks, let me carry you back, carry you back, carry you back, carry you back. Let me carry you back. Yo, Azzy, why you remember these tunes? Jade, why you know about these tunes?
Darker than
it out, cause
Up comes this guy in his flashy car. Needed my help, said he lost his way.
Jasmine, big up yourself, baby. What you feel like? I said share the life, you know. I said share the life, you know. Tell the people them come on now, you know. Come on, cause
Turn down the music to point that direction.
just before me flip it over.
Jumped on, messed up my yesterday, smashed and grabbed my radio. Calling all the detectives.
One more for me grown folks. One more for me grown folks. One more for me grown folks.
Hey, no one didn't tell you was to roam the streets, but that's what happened when you rub a dub and get sweet. You lock so tight, you don't even know when it's morning. The music's so right, you don't even care
I'm telling
about the morning.
you. Yo, give me a rock, no man, give me a rock. How does it feel?
Have been on
The ballroom floor. And when it's sweet, when it's sweet, I can rock some more.
for a strictly
Yo,
road
Vince, you big up yourself.
show.
So here we're going on now. Right now, we're going to take it over to a different segment right now. A different segment right. A different segment. Tell I every time you see me on the stage, yeah, since you're going to bring it different. So right now, I want to talk to my lovers, them on top of the page. What the ladies, they want to say, so much people fight on the relationship where you have. So much people say a lot of things, but you still went through with it. Let me tell you about it right now.
If Steph comes to me tonight, girl, I want you to know that I love you. And no matter how tough I would appear, only to you I would reveal my tears. So tell the police I ain't home tonight.
Tell me why, cause what messing around with you is gonna
give me life. But when I look into your eyes,
when you want it, you just want it, right? When you want it, you just want it, right? Yo, let me talk to my people, them the man cause.
if this is the kind of love that my mom used to warn me about,
Especially if he's sweet, ain't it?
I'm in trouble.
If the man real sweet.
I'm in real big trouble.
I'm telling you, if this is the kind of love
that the old folks used to
ladies,
warn me
fellas,
about,
especially if she's sweet,
man,
now.
I'm in trouble.
Just make sure she over 18.
Real big.
Make sure she over 18, sing this part.
Someone please call 911.
Yo, sexy Jalen, big up yourself. You're Jolin, big up yourself. Cricket.
In the bullets.
Big up, baby, walk on. And it's busy too much. Like I said, we're going a little different sour. Sour.
I want to send this one out to my vanilla ice cream chocolate pudding pie that stayed with me in the hood through or die. Refugee girl.
Yeah, this one goes out to my almond joy, my banana that never
I
split.
want all my ladies then warm up yourself and start singing or sing the tune.
Before I had the bling bling, I thought I'd end up in Sing Sing. Who would ever thought that we'd be doing our thing? I know I did a little cheating, but once I got caught, I said you a dozen of roses. You sent them back and told me go to hell, but girl, you know that you take me as I am, even though my fam don't understand. Why I put that rock up on your hand?
I tell you, little later on, hot was got mad at you know. So right now, censor just a set it, me just a set it, me just a set it.
You must think that I'm stupid.
Me say me just a set it, cause.
You must think that I'm a fool.
Sing it out if you know it.
You must think that I'm new to this.
Me say sing it out if you know it.
But I have seen this song before.
I'm telling you, but what?
Never gonna let you close to me, even though you mean the most to me.
Jalen, I love you after baby.
Time I open up, it hurts. So I'm never gonna get too close to you, even when I mean the most to you, in case you go and leave me in the dirt. And every time you hurt me, the less that I cry. And every time you leave me, the quicker these tears dry. And every time you walk out, the less I love you. Baby, we don't stand a chance.
It's sad, but it's true.
I'm way too good at goodbye.
Moving right along, we say. Moving, hey. We step it up a notch. We step it up a notch. We step it up a notch.
Someone's got to know what we do. Hit me up when you pause. Cause I live down the street, show me when you need it, it's yours. All I hear, nothing feels better than it.
You see me, Mama tell you something, right? You see in life, you're gonna got some people who don't like you and a lot more who love you. Sometimes when two people don't like you, you feel like the world against you. But trust me when I tell you this, the world ain't against you. Because when two people can't stand you, you got 20 people out there who love you more than them two put together. You understand me, I tell you? Some more time you see when people do things to you, don't worry about it. And when you love, make sure you love genuinely. When you got a friend, you gotta be a friend to yourself before you be a friend to anybody else. You understand? Because if you don't understand the true meaning of friendship, a lot of your friendship they're gonna break up because your friendship fake. You understand? So if you don't know how to be real when it comes to friend, then don't call nobody your friend. Can you see me? When me watch my friend them in my face and say, listen to me, I love you, you know. When I say I love you, may I tell you?
If I tell you, say I love you.
Hey!
My money, my body, now
we gonna step it now.
He's only yo, by this.
We gonna step it. Make me tell you right now.
If I tell you, say I love you, oh. My money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah. Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby. No do, gotta for me. No do, say that, oh. No do, shakara, oh. No do, gotta for you, oh.
Forward, sir.
Oh, nana,
Forward, sir.
look what you done started.
I say forward.
Oh, nana,
Say forward.
why you gotta act so naughty?
We're going up now. We're going up now. We're going up now. We're going up in the club, go party right now. We're going up in the club, go party right now. Yo, El Ruda, what I said? Talk to me.
Oh, na na na.
Put your hands in the air if you're loving tonight.
Oh, na na na.
Keep your hands in the air if you're spending the night.
Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na.
Everybody say it like.
Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na.
Everybody say it.
Baby, I'm the one you like, yeah. I'ma give you what you like, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'ma give it to you right.
Right number one, all my ladies, they're on the life right now. If you don't say independent and you pay your own bills, you don't run them man for money and you don't run them friend for money. Just give me some fire sign, come on. Me say, give me some fire sign on the wall right now. Turn it up. I'm an independent, strong ladies. Nobody can look on you and say what she has and big money. You work hard. So June 5th, you're going to go vote because you work hard. Tell them.
My own diamonds and I buy my own rings. Only ring silly when I'm feeling lonely. When it's all over, please get up and leave. Question, tell me how you feel about this. Try to control me, boy, you get dismissed. Pay my own condo and I pay my own bills. Always 50-50 in relationships. The shoes on my feet, I bought it. Clothes I'm wearing, I say I bought it. The rock I'm rocking, I bought it. 'Cause I depend on me. If I want it, the watch I'm wearing, I bought it. The house I live in,
Where my independent ladies, they talk to me no man. Talk to me no man. Good night, Francis. Wagwan. Good night to you all over in New York City. Wagwan. Me say share the life and tag your friend them. I say share the life and tag your friend them.
Another one. We the best music. DJ Khaled.
I don't know if you could take it. No, you wanna see me naked. I wanna be a baby. Spinning in as much as I can get from Maytag.
Hey, Taya.
On the ground.
Big up my new Shelly over there in Nevis. All my Nevis family, Wagwan. Yo, Mark. Good night to you. As we say, wow. Wow. What? When I'm with you, all I get is
Love in 1,000 different flavors.
When I'm
Shimmy yeah, shimmy yeah, shimmy yeah.
Hey, you see rude girl done?
Swalla la la.
I'm telling you, girl say
Swalla la la. Shimmy shimmy yeah, shimmy yeah, shimmy yeah.
Drink.
Swalla la la. Drink. Swalla la la.
I see tonight. You see tonight. You see tonight. You see tonight. I'm taking you on a different price right now. So
Shawty made that clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor, yeah. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these no more.
hey, girl.
If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of babe.
I wanna tell you I like you a lot, babe. Yo, the vibe sexy, me not lie. That's just singing. Let me do a TikTok. Spam me do a TikTok to this one. Let me do a TikTok to this one, no man. Talk to me.
Shawty made that clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like Goya, G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got a cold heart. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go. Drop that to the floor, yeah. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these no more. If we hop in the Benz, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride babe? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of babe. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe.
I'm telling you.
Real at the bottom, babe. You know
Right now, let's go, come.
Grips on your ways, front way, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in
One dance, just one dance, we want Shelly. Just one dance. Just one dance. Ain't no music we got dance to. Don't forget to share the live. Tag your friend them. Tag your friend them. Tag your friend them. Tag your friend them.
You stay on the radar. Oh, on the radar. You stay on the radar. Oh, on the radar. And I must have to find you. You signal me when you wind up. You stay on the radar.
Right now. Give me a small one.
How you do that? Smartness when you maneuver, darling. I salute ya. Wine so low like a scuba diving. You made up, baby. Keep walking up. For me, I can't get enough. I don't look on the thing.
Yo, I'm a dope's big thing. Long time I see big thing. Big thing, long time I see you, my friend. I'm longing to see you.
And when the rhythm start to feel sweet and chibalo.
Watch it now. Hear what going on. Hear what going on. All the people that want to say, you don't went through a rough time in life. You don't lose friends. You don't make back up with enemies. You don't been in out of relationship. You don't been in out with family. And all because of he say, she say, and them say. But you come out on top. And you come out strong. You want me tell you why?
People don't know ya, but they want judge
You want me tell you why?
They talking about ya, must be something about you. Smile in your face and talking you bad and making up things.
When it's what?
Far from the fact. Why you talking about me?
Watch me.
I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I tell you, please don't judge me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly, so tell them keep their eyes off me. Keep on talking.
ain't seen them in a long time. And they look nice, boy. And when you walk up to them, me arm, they smell good, boy. They smell good. Give me a wine. Give me a wine. Give me a wine. It's a long time. So long I see you. Want me tell you straight up, man. So long I see you. Give me a wine now. Give me a wine now. Give me the wine that I want. Long time. So long I see you. Give me a wine now. Give me a wine now. And I'm gonna make up for all. Make we nice it up, sexy vibes. Sexy vibes. You see I'm just a take it cool. I'm not me just a take it cool. Yo, silence. Tell them we say.
Cause if you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be cooking the way you do. You can be hooking me. If you want me to go, you can be looking the way you do. You can be walking the way you do. Because you're hooking.
Yo, Tasha, me can't go back a bit. Me can't go back a bit. Yo, hot rest, me can't get them back a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Come.
Work it.
Me said just a bit. We going back.
Work it. Hold the woman around she belly. Work it. Hold a line, hold a flat, yeah. Work it. Work it, my boss.
You know what? Let me tell you about them now. Let me tell you about them like party in the party. Let me tell you about them now, man.
Hey, girl. You want to do?
Easy.
I know how you
Where
like
you like?
romancing on the floor. Well, this is the song, baby, you've been waiting for. Hold somebody close, squeeze somebody tight. Please turn up the lights, darling. Slow work it tonight.
Here we go now. Me got about 4 more minutes, but let me tell y'all, every time I see me sense, you're gonna come different, right? Sexy Sasky. Yo, big up my cousin over there in Nevis and all the folk who are enjoying it, you understand? But right now, we want big up all the ladies and all the men that were logging right now, everybody who are watching on TV, everybody who are with us right now, we just want to say blessings to you. And right now, if you wake up, and every time you wake up, you could watch in the mirror, you could smile, you could brush your teeth, you could laugh, you could walk, you could talk, you could eat, you could chat, you could do everything with your family. The same thing you did yesterday, you could do today. You're going to look up and say, Father God, thank you. Thank you. Right now, before me go. Right now, before me go. Ladies, tell me.
First thing in the morning, when I wake up, thank God for life. Look in the mirror, say, bitch, I'm the best. Way too blessed. Bitch, I'm the best.
Right now, me go cut it off. Right now, me go cut it off. Right now, me go cut it off. You want me tell you why, Carl?
Bad man out and stunting. Kyle them thick like dumpling. Girl with big thumping. Action ready for the thumping. Fresh like Portland, eh? Juvie just cast at the boat, eh? Just calculate the total. Now the money make me get antisocial. Man straight like my pants them. Oh Lord, pussy got the blem. Girl I come cross bring a friend. Oh Lord, and them I feel
anybody
like
Sikita? Anybody Sikita? Yo, anybody see Sikita? Yo, Sasky, sense you love you, baby. Let's go. Right now, Gaza.
Tell the selectors if you turn up the song. I said the reggae music off it play, yeah. They turn the bag and let you pull out the pound. My baby ever got the high grade. spliff in her mouth. Gauge up the chalice and say, shall we blaze hell, yeah. Out of many, she alone get the crown. Chronic from Spanish Town. Don't think I'm feeling at this party. Everyone got so much things to say. Right now, me just like one with the vibes and don't watch nobody. Cause I'm only here to spend the night with you anyway. Yeah. I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad vibes disappear. She kick off the high heels, no, she not free nobody. Happy times and I got no sad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. And I don't care, cause you just own it. You can take me anywhere, baby. She touch me softly, then we start squeeze her body. Everything I really.
And big and serious, you see, if you got dreams in a life, let me talk to my ladies them. Ladies, medium sense here. You understand? A lot of people used to say that she can't do it, and I'm doing it right now. So you see, you don't ever let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Don't ever let nobody tell you can't make it in a life, you understand? Whatever you want to do, wherever you want to be, let me tell you something, you can't stop at one, because me didn't stop at one. You can't do this, you can if you want to do hairdressing, you want to work, if you want to be a prime minister, if you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, man, you could be all of them where you want to be. Don't ever let nobody tell you can't do it, because you see me, right now I live in it, you know. I live in it, so if you got dreams, let me tell you this right now, right now.
Dreams, dog, chasing my dreams, dog.
Let me tell you straight. Sparrow, I say, if you work for you, do what you gotta do. If you work for you, do what you gotta do. Let me tell you right now, cause me got
dreams, dog, chasing my dreams, dog. One Psalms a day beg just to guide me and my team, dog. Dreams, dog, chasing my dreams, dog. Rest in peace, Kylie was a real brother to me. My dog, I have to set it, stepping at the skin skull outright. Know me take off like rocket, you want to try stop it? Cock box out the brain like the boxer. Mom, me darling, with the big. Me no really busy.
Yo, mama pick up my cousin Tasha now.
Can't scare me.
Tasha, come here now.
You know I'll be sweet.
Come here now.
These streets, I know. No.
Come here now, my time soon up. Come quick.
Come
now.
Man and I cry now. Fight. Go the eyeball.
They say come now. My time soon up. She down there, I can't show it.
We know why not then.
I watch her, I can't show it. You understand what I done reach long time. Yo, everybody else in this person here, this lady here, this is my cousin. She named Tasha. Tasha, come over here, so come on the camera, catch you good. I want the camera come in, man, you're good. You see me and this young lady here? We used to live together from birth. Two of us, about 7 or 8 of us, living in a two-room house. Not a 2-bedroom, you know. A 2-room house. Front room, had in everything. We had a kitchen out in the yard and a pit. We used to have to follow. She used to follow me by the pit at night time when I have to think I'm afraid to talk it. Yes, we had a pit. We never had flush toilets all the days of our life. About 7 or 8 of us used to sleep on 2 beds joined up together. Sometimes she kicked me in my face and sometimes I kick up that willfully because she used to do me a lot of stupidness. You understand? But let me tell you something. We work hard and we reach where we reach today. Where they got their own home and I get to buy my mother she own home. You know why? Because we used to pray to Father God. Father God, help us out of this. Sometimes hurricane and rain coming and all of us running up and down the place with a lot of pot and pan trying to catch water. Because water coming through the roof and we don't know where to turn. We falling and we slipping. But we pray to Father God and we reach where we reach today, so you can't judge people. Because you don't know how hard people work to reach where they reach. You don't know what people do to get what they got. So you see me cousin, she always got me back because she know where we went through in life. And because we talk to Father God, we say,
Most time we die forever.
Channel me tell you straight, because a lot of people don't know where people come from. Sometimes they see people come up driving big car, driving this, they feel like, oh, she got this and she got this. They don't know how hard people don't work. You see me, hard work, sweat and tears. So Sparry, when they see you roll through with them, tell them don't grudge you because they know where we come from. May I tell you straight up, right now me got any talk like this now. Right now me got any talk like this. All right, yeah.
Illa.
Me I tell you like this, cause what?
Most time we die forever. Fool where you feel, man, I pray for. Depart from the king, I will never. As he keep my strong under pressure. Show me the hearts of my friends and for my
I tell you.
Me feel the plans of my enemies. Show me who real and far, who I wanna be. Show me the things.
Big and serious, right? You see me? Right now, I want to big up my friend Lady Kesh. Can you see after me had my baby, my girlfriend looked at me and she said, Sensei, if you're going back out, got to be a DJ. If you ain't gonna come hard, don't go. come hard or don't come at all. And she said, every time you step out, make sure you step out different. So right now, God,
We don't follow people.
tell them me
We are with one a leader.
right now, God,
Protect me when I lose character. Stand firm in a Bible and that's how it is. Righteous you light could have never dim. We don't follow people. We are with one a leader.
I tell you, nice and easy.
Protect me when
Nice and easy. And when you hear the name Sensio, when you hear people talk about Sister Sensio, see me here. Me is the girl. Me is the one they're talking about. And tell them me say this right now.
The more them fight and the woman name God.
Tell them me say, because even when some of them don't like it, they can't stand it, they still got to see me face. And if they ain't hear see me face, they must hear me voice. They must hear me voice. So here we're going on. I'm going to be inside. I'm going to be in the bed. I'm going to be in the crib. I'm going to be in the car.
And if
You must hear me voice. Now Shana, they must hear me. Yo, Sharissa. Yo, Saski. Yo, Colin. Go and pick up yourself and say, cause
the more them fight and the woman name God. Them can't intimidate because we are brave out. 3 quarters I
well, you know, footsie coming out tonight, so we can't play footsie because we want to perform it, right? But you see me right now, me I tell you.
I gotta free my mind, heart and soul. Asking for strength from the Most High, so I can go anywhere I wanna, yeah, anywhere I need. I'm at the valley of death, me not leave you. Not just a soul, vision sharp like eagle. I gotta free my mind, heart and soul.
Ask question from the most. And you know, IMAC coming out. So me can't drop the IMAC when me well want job tonight. But guess what? Guess what? Right now, me gonna bring in a deal show.
Sasa, you surprise me, my baby. Easy, oh Lord. She did it again when she put that something on me. Me say, what kind of love make a night?
You know what I do for me? I'm going off right now. You understand? So right now, I want to big up all my ladies that was locked down with me tonight. I want to take a selfie with this one and just send it to my phone. Just send it to my phone and say, Cynthia, I was with you. That's all I want you to do for me. So I'm going to play a tune from Rodney. I want to play this tune from Rodney. I want all my girls on top of here right now. Your queen, be the whole family. Take a selfie and send it to my phone and say, Cynthia, I was with you. Cause what? Right now.
Peter Piper, pick up a pickle pepper, but me girl them hotter than the pepper, them a Peter Piper.
Hey, get up.
Hotter than the jalapeno, them.
Take out your phone. Take your phone. Take your phone.
45 bubble pan the tip.
Take your phone.
You girl, you want the topic.
Take your phone. Just be funny,
you want it to fun to extra tick. Good life for sure, by you. Camera light a flash by your skin clean. Tattoo look pretty by you. You man a man.
Final chat. Do me a favor. Put a foot and take a selfie. Hey, girl.
Put a foot and take a selfie.
Hey, girl. Come now. Come now.
Put a foot and take a selfie.
All right. With that, my brother, you ready? You ready? All right. The vibes night. Brace up, everybody. And don't forget, June 5th, nobody staying home. We're going to line up. We walk away with umbrella. If the sun hot, we shelter easily. We're going to vote.
All right, thank you very much, Sister Senseo. Sweet, 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 sweet Sister Senseo. My girl. Welcome to the first edition, the first interview segment of 869 Forward. Rhonda?
All right. I'm super excited about tonight's show. We have a packed lineup for you. We have Footsie, IMARC, and we have in the hot seat, we have Senator Akila Byron Nisbet with us this evening of Constituency number 3, and we have Ambassador Jonelle Powell. But that's not all. We have a New Vibes Band for some entertainment, but now we're going to start off with some presentation from the youth.
Good evening, everyone in-house and online. It is a pleasure for the youths of the different constituencies to present to you our endorsement of our different representatives. For me in particular, it is an incredible honor to have the Prime Minister of your country as your local member of parliament, it is even better when he has focused on delivering for the youth of the country, creating opportunities and hope for our future, all in just 5 short years. Many of us are young and may not remember the political history of the country and how things were. But believe me, I assure you that the country has really changed for the better under the leadership of Dr. Harris, my parliamentary representative. Without any water in my mouth, I am proud to say we are heading in the right direction. You do not have to look very far to see how the Prime Minister and Team Unity have delivered. Just consider their responses to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Prime Minister and his team took early and proactive actions to protect our borders. Our Prime Minister and his team provided to the citizens the biggest stimulus package in the region. Our Prime Minister and his team have been supporting our students, small businesses, those who are self-employed, and those who are less well off. We can observe the bigger countries such as the United States and the United Kingdom as examples. And we will see just how wrong things could have gone because of the good guidance, because of the good leadership, because of good management and good governance executed by the Prime Minister and his team. We have managed to get the virus more than under control. And now the country can begin to open and we can be excited for a brighter future. In life, in school, at home, at work, we face challenges. And this is exactly why we must stick with Team Unity. Because as always, challenges will come. And when they do, we need a government. We need a leader with a vision that is beyond 2020. We need a leader who can guide us carefully through challenges. When the climate challenge of hurricane came, Team Unity rebuilt homes and repaired the damaged roofs of its citizens. And for Team Unity, rebuilding from the challenges posed by this coronavirus will be no different. When dealing with the virus in a foreign country became a challenge to our students in Jamaica who are worried about the very high number of COVID cases there, the Prime Minister and the Deputy Minister brought back our students from Jamaica to be with their families at no cost to them. And yesterday made 1 week since they have been released from quarantine. This proves, young people, that the feelings of our young people, the fears of our young people, the desires of our young people, the future of our young people are at the front of the government's mind and agenda. What our Prime Minister and the government have done and continue to do for our young people is not just an exercise in chasing our votes like Labour. They are only paying lip service. You have to look at what they do, not what they say. Our Prime Minister has the care and the concern and the understanding of the wants and the needs of the young people at his heart. While the Prime Minister has been leading the country, he hasn't forgotten about the people of Number 7, and he has also been delivering there. His support in building a record number of homes locally means that more new homes than ever has been created in just 5 short years. But there are still people waiting, and that's why he wants to build even more in his second term, and he has committed to do so. He has been able to do this because he reclaimed the land, such as those in Utleys, which the Douglas administration swapped for debt, and they did this by paying off Labour's debt. This means that we can look forward to even more homes in this second term. We've also seen massive improvements to local sporting facilities, like the Tabernacle playing field, which now have lights for multiple practices and games at nights. He has also supported new business developments across the constituency, providing new jobs for young people and closer to home, so we have a better lifestyle. And for those young families with children, he has renovated primary schools at Tabernacle and Molyneux, as well as a new school at Mansion and Lodge Project. But while Harris has achieved all of this, he's still pushing for more, like refurbishing old and abandoned government buildings to provide housing for homeless and at-risk young people, offering childcare and after-school programs, music classes, homework assignments, mentorship, and community service in number 7. Every young person should remember what it was like just 5 short years ago. High crime rate, fewer jobs, no vision for our future, and less homes. We all know that now, more than ever, we need some certainty that we can look at a safer, stronger future. I know that in number 7 and for the country, Harris will continue to deliver again and again. We need to stick together and see this through. So, on election day, June 5th, we will make sure that in number 7, it is Harris again. I thank you.
President, good night to all. 5 years ago, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis said enough was enough. They needed something new. Therefore, they chose the country over party politics and elected a team unity government. This election we face another choice. What future we get, what we go forward in number 6 as we go back. Or we go backward. Currently, we do not have a representative as Dr. Denzel Douglas lost his seat in Parliament. He has represented us in number 6 since 1989. That's 31 years ago, before there was the internet or before I was even born. I have seen that in just 5 short years, unity has taken the Federation forward. Our streets are safer. No longer do I have to think about what crime may happen today. I can safely go to training sessions without worrying about who's scooping the guys on the block. In number 6, despite being represented by Labour, Unity has not forgotten the people of Constituency 6, as we have all benefited from the roofing program, the poverty alleviation program, and the peace initiative. I have not heard about Labour's plan for number 6, but I have heard about Kevin's plan. He wants to work with the residents to build safer communities for stronger families, families that can be confidently led by young people like myself. He wants to passionately represent the beloved people of Saddlers, Parsons, Deep Bay, St. Paul's, and Newton Ground. No community neglected or unrepresented. The Prime Minister wants to support Mr. Williams as he delivers what the people of constituency number 6 have been asking for years. He is eager to deliver on his plans of a renovated community center in Parsons, a fishing complex for the fishermen of Deep Bay, and his home community to be announced later in his presentation. However, for someone who has the community of Saddlers at heart and one who is heavily involved in sports, it truly warms my heart to know Mr. Kevin Williams is ready to make good on Team Unity's vow to provide the people of Saddlers and upgrade the pavilion and well-lit, properly fenced playground. We need a representative who understands and believes in our concerns and our dreams. Kevin, we do hope you're up for the task. Team Unity and the Prime Minister have proven themselves fit for another term. So much progress is happening in our country. I want that progress for 6 too. I want Kevin to be our voice in the National Assembly. Constituency number 6, it is time we move on to the next generation of representation. We gave the opposition a chance, and all we got was broken promises. We can't afford to go back to the past, and we have to move forward as we are not getting any younger. And we are really in need of stats to see progression. On June 5th, the SA is the symbol, the Labour Party is the party, and Kevin Ninky Williams is the representative. Let us try something new in number 6.
Good evening, everyone. I am here to endorse my representative from constituency number 5, the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Sean Kenneth Richards. I know how hard the Honorable Sean Richards has been working over the past 5 years to deliver for the people of Sandy Point and Fig Tree. We, the people, have seen the real benefits of having the Honorable Sean Richards as our representative, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Education, Youth and Sports and Culture. It is important that young people have a future they believe in and that gives them hope. I know that the Honorable Sean Richards is determined to deliver a brighter future so that young people can look ahead with optimism. You only need to look around Sandy Point and Fig Tree to see the work that the Honorable Sean Richards has done in just 5 short years. There is nothing more empowering than owning your own home. That is why the Honorable Sean Richards has been busy delivering new homes to Sandy Pointers. He has collaborated with NHC to ensure that more than 30 new homes can be delivered to his constituents. I know the Honorable Sean Richards has plans for even more, now that we are tied by the former administration's IMF debt and the selling out of our lands. As Minister for Education, he has made huge improvements to the Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, which means young people are getting skilled to get well-paid jobs in the near future without having to leave the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have also seen better sporting facilities, like the Fig Tree basketball court and the resurfacing of the Sandy Point basketball court. He has also made sure bleachers, a media center, bathrooms, and changing rooms were built. At the Sandy Point Recreation Ground, he has delivered a play area, 2 tennis courts with a clubhouse, and a bar for local sporting groups. The Honorable Sean Richards knows there is still so much more to do. That is why he has a local long-term plan to improve our lives and back our young people for a stronger, safer future. It means even more affordable homes, giving our young people their start and letting young families bring up their kids in homes that are bigger. The Honorable Sean Richards will deliver a new preschool in Sandy Point. This will ensure that the children will have the best possible start in life. Every young person watching should remember what it was like just 5 years ago. Our streets were not safe. The former administration left an IMF debt of $117 million, and there were fewer homes being built. I don't want to go back to that. I know young people in Sandy Point and Fig Tree don't want to go back to that. We all know SP is where the best be, but to look out for our future, you need to vote for the Honorable Sean Richards in number 5. Put your X by the hat. Let's stick together. Let's see this through. No gimmicks, no tricks. On June 5th, Sean sharing a lot more licks.
Good evening, my fellow panelists. As a young and upcoming voter in constituency number 4, it gives me great pleasure to speak on behalf of the Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant and the Team Unity government. Team Unity has been working hard and will continue to do so to ensure that the progress that they have made keeps St. Kitts and Nevis headed in the right direction. In this upcoming election, We, the young people of constituency number 4, are afforded an immense opportunity to play pivotal role in deciding our future and good governance of our nation. Without a shadow of doubt, Team Unity is the only political party with a comprehensive, all-inclusive plan that has and will continue to provide opportunities not only for young people of constituency number 4, but for all the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis. As such, we can boldly approach of our future with confidence and embrace all the possibilities and challenges of our future. Youth-focused local achievements. The Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant has worked tirelessly to accomplish much in constituency number 4, irrespective of very short 5-year period in which he was elected to do. There is a very old adage that with more security, there is less freedom. With more freedom, there is less security. However, this is not the case in constituency number 4 and St. Kitts and Nevis at large. It gives me great pleasure to state that our streets are quite safe, as well as we have been experiencing a steady decrease in crime. As such, we, the youth of constituency number 4 and St. Kitts and Nevis, only fear God. We are no longer in fear for our security and future for that measure. Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant, along with Team Unity, has ensured that we, the youth of this great nation, can enjoy an equal measure of both freedom and security. At current, this freedom and security has allowed our youth of constituency number 4 at the Challengers Village to partake in and enjoy sporting activities such as basketball on a newly surfaced basketball court and backboards. The Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant is cognizant of the fact that such recreational activities provide an out for the youths of challengers to positively channel their energies and hone marketable skills that can be geared towards a future career in sporting discipline of basketball. The Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant loves his constituents, especially the youth of the constituency number 4. Through his love of sports, he can identify with said youths. Through this mirroring of identities, he was able to meet the recreational needs of the students at the Virtuous High School. The coaching staff, as well as the track athletes, can boast of brand new state-of-the-art running track and jumbotron that was recently installed at the educational facility. Local plan youth-focused projects. The Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant is well aware that while he, along with the Team Unity government, has made multiple strides in meeting the needs of its citizens in their 5-year tenure, there is still so much more work to be done in this vineyard constituency number 4. Youths of constituency number 4, our elected representative, the Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant, has drafted dynamic and all-inclusive plan to further improve all levels of constituency number 4. Now, the constituency of number 4 enjoys safer streets to conduct business, socialize, as well as entertainment and recreation. The Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant and Team Unity also recognize that homes outfitted with modern amenities to house families for the 21st century and beyond should continue to be built, investing and empowering the youth of constituency number 4, as well as the nation at large, to become efficient and self-reliant young entrepreneurs or small business owners, so that they can meet all the needs of their families and themselves. The Honorable Lindsay Grant and the Team Unity government are also mindful of the fact that by forging relationships to foster peace among the citizens of constituency number 4 and all the other constituencies across St. Kitts Nevis was vital so that the security needs of all citizens who call this beautiful and blessed nation home could feel safe. The Honorable Lindsay Grant heard the outcry of renowned player and netball coach Jill Archibald, who spoke about so passionately on the sporting discipline of netball and how it seems to have lost its gloss and savor from yesteryear. Hence, our representative has deemed it fit to build a brand new netball court with all its trimmings for the youth of Challengers Village. Lindsay Grant and his hard-working team in constituency number 4 saw that it was paramount to support ground local talent. As such, to further nurture these athletes and their talents, upgrading both playing fields at Virtuals and Challengers in constituency number 4 was prudent to meet the young people where they are and move them to the next level. Therefore, youth of constituency number 4 and all across St. Kitts Nevis, it would be remiss of me if I did not share you the type of future you deserve. We, the youth of constituency number 4, deserve a future that only Team Unity can provide. I urge you that election day, the 5th of June 2020, go out in your numbers and vote for the hat so that Honorable Lindsay Fitzpatrick Grant returns to office, that he and Team Unity can continue to work in the best interest of not only the youths, but all the citizens of this great nation. Before I leave, please allow me to reiterate, Grant for sure in number 4.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. It is important that young people have a future they believe in and one that gives them hope. Team Unity is determined to deliver a brighter future for young people to look forward to. Team Unity are working to continue the progress they have made and keep St. Kitts and Nevis headed in the right direction. Tonight, I endorsed my representative, a great man and a great leader, Eugene Hamilton, in number 8. Eugene Hamilton, as our Team Unity rep, has achieved so much for every community in constituency number 8 in just 5 short years. Our streets are much safer, so we don't have to fear anymore for our safety. He has upgraded our local playfield and has installed new lighting. As minister, he has delivered new, bigger and better homes across all areas in his constituency. No more do we have to worry about houses that are too small for beds or built without cupboards. He's done something which means so much. He's reclaimed land that was poofed away by labor. That land belongs to us, the people of number 8. It belongs to the next generation, and Eugene bought it back. While we have achieved much in number 8, there is still more to do. Eugene has a local long-term plan to improve lives in the community and take constituency number 8 to a stronger, safer future. Eugene Hamilton has plans, means keeping our streets safe, building better homes for our people, creating more opportunities for young people to start businesses and excel. What is he going to do? He will unleash local sporting talent with construction of a new stadium in Connery so players can train and win. He will make it safer to drive in our community with new upgraded roads. Let's continue Cotton Guinea and cotton greening in project to boost jobs and tourism in our community. We are proud of St. Kitts. Let's show the world. He is also constructing a brand new basketball court for players and families in Upper Kayon. Every young person watching should remember what it was like 5 short years ago. Our streets were not safe. Labour had left us 170 million in IMF debts, and homes being built were smaller. I don't want to go back to that. I know young people in Kayon, Keys, Connery, St. Peter's, Otleys, Half Moon don't want to go back to that. We need to keep moving forward. We can have safer, stronger future. How do we do it? By voting Team Unity and Eugene Hamilton, the best rep for number 8. On June the 5th, I will be voting for a great man and a great leader.
A pleasant good evening. My name is Paula Henry, and I am here to endorse the Senator Akila Byron-Nisbet as our representative for constituency number 3. As young people, we need to be making sure that there are jobs and opportunities available for us. It is crucial for our federation if it is to meet its full potential. Team Unity must continue to deliver for our young people so they can look to the future with optimism and hope. Over the past 5 years, they have been heading in the right direction, but there is so much more to do. Akila Byron-Nisbet and Team Unity has achieved much in West Bastille in just 5 short years. The fall in crime means we don't have to fear for our safety, and we can go out at night and have a good time. Akila has also built roads in Mattingly and Garvey's estate that were in dire need of repair. She has also facilitated the installation of lighting in the East-West Farm development, which was in dire need of the infrastructure, which would not be available under the current representation. Also, for young families in the area, Akila has been delivering. That includes installing a children's play area in Boyd's and the distribution of houses and lands in constituency number 3. She has also been supporting families with annual back-to-school packages. While Akila has already achieved so much, even as the caretaker, there is still much more to do. She has been speaking to the youth about how we can move West Bastille and the country forward, and she hears directly from us about what matters. I know that her plan means keeping our streets safe, building better homes for our people, creating more opportunities for young people to start businesses, which is so important to our country to move forward. Once she's elected, she will keep doing this by transforming her constituency office into a community hub to provide a space for training, workshops, classes, and other support activities. She also wants to give young up-and-coming football players the facilities they need at Patsyala's and Lime Keen playfields, as well as new bathrooms and changing rooms. She also wants to put lights there so football teams can practice at night. She has also been supporting the basketball players of West Bastille by upgrading the basketball court so everyone can train on a modern court. But as young people, we are now working, and some of us are entrepreneurs. So she will facilitate us working with businesses to ensure that young entrepreneurs have some sort of mentors and support that is deemed necessary for them to become successful. These are uncertain times, and West Bastille, now more than ever, is in need of someone at the heart of the government. West Bastille deserves a representative that can deliver. No more representation who openly admits that they can't help us build roads and they can't help us build homes. As young people, we need a future with safer streets, better homes, where we create jobs and generate opportunities for our future. That is why on June 5th, I will be voting for Akila Byron-Nisbet, and you should too.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Our Team Unity government is working to continue the progress they have made to keep St. Kitts and Nevis headed in the right direction. I know from my own knowledge how important it is that people vote PAM and Team Unity so we can create the opportunities for young people. We want every young person to know that as they leave school and enter their adult life, that there will be opportunities that allow them to develop and lead happy lives. Despite not being elected, my Uncle Jonel has achieved so much in just 5 short years. Team Unity and Uncle Jonel have delivered and will continue to deliver. The fall in street crime means that young people don't have to fear for their safety like they used to. We can walk the streets anytime without fear, ensuring that young men and women in the community are employed, improving safety after dark for residents and drivers by installing street lights to Shadwell and Pine Gardens. He supported his people with land allocation and upgrading the gardens housing complex and bigger and better homes in Pine Gardens. He's even helped the next generation at Irish Town Primary School with the purchase of equipment and furniture for school as well as scholarships for students. I know Uncle Jonel, and he's got so much more to offer to Central Bastille. It's your time. He has a local plan to improve your lives, to get you the stronger, safer future that you deserve. Uncle Jonel's plan means keeping our streets safe, building better homes for his people, creating more opportunities for young people to start a business and to excel. He plans to help young people prepare to start their business with a central center of innovation and mentor young business people. To keep new opportunities for local sporting talent by constructing a football area in the Pine Gardens community, giving young people opportunities. To engage professional sports trainers to coach primary school age students in Central Bastille, keeping youth who have an interest in sports engaged after school. He has a plan of action. Team Unity has done so much for the rest of St. Kitts and Nevis over just 5 short years. Central, it's your time now. You need a representative at the table. You cannot afford to go backwards with Labour or waste the next 5 years. Uncle Jonel is focused on your future, on young people and making sure Central gets a safer, stronger future. Central Bastille, this is your time. He's got your back. Vote Jeffy too. My name is Malaika Howell, and I fully endorse my Uncle Jonel Powell as the next elected representative for constituency number 2.
Good evening, everyone. Our young people have really played their part in taking St. Kitts and Nevis forward in recent years. We have been given new opportunities, new jobs, and we are looking to the future. We cannot afford to revert to the past. Patches has achieved so much for our constituency in the past 5 years. Streets are safer, and families are able to live in peace. Think about how dangerous it was just a little over a year ago. Since Patch's election, I know he has also delivered more than $300,000 in assistance through the Social Assistance and Youth Development Fund. Patches also knows how important proper sporting facilities are to our youth. That's why he upgraded the Taylor's Park and the Newtown Sporting Complex and the Kim Collins Athletic Stadium. These are fantastic facilities that benefit us all. While Patches and Team Unity have achieved so much, we all know there is still much more to do. I've spoken to Patches about his local plan to improve the lives of those in our community and take Constituency 1 to a stronger, safer future. Patches wants to keep our streets safe, build better homes for our young people, and create more opportunities for young people to start businesses. He also wants to establish a cleanup crew to keep Constituency 1 clean and beautiful for residents, whilst giving more work to young people. He also wants to start a mentoring program for young people to become the next generation of business owners in Newtown to boost George Street. Finally, he will be supporting our basketball players by building a brand new basketball court for the young people of Bird Rock. As young people, we are rightly concerned about our future. Constituency 1, now more than ever, needs someone who will be our voice in government. That's why I, Keshanta Reed, am voting for Patches and think you should too. You can't go wrong with Ian Patches Liebert for Constituency number 1.
Like we promised, we have a night filled with entertainment for you. And next up, we're going to have some entertainment from none other than Footsie. A 6-9 Forward promises you development, entertainment, and the keyword reasonment. So tonight, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. And we have a little bit of a surprise for you during our interviews.
So we have actually waiting to come on stage after Footsie's performance, Akila Byron Nisbet and Ambassador Jonelle Powell. And we're going to be asking them some wonderful questions to get to know who the candidates are, get to know where their mind is at, and get to know them on a more intimate level. So we're going to take it to Footsie, and when we get back, more questions from the candidates.
So living in the easy. It's fundamental that knocks and beats up. Any violation, we got to beat up and somebody gonna bar. I read the market, we can't over the wall. When we are COVID side, it's matter. Jiggling stay in the bank, just a collect the data. All the poor people there, so why we are COVID side is better. Back on the say, jiggling stay in the bank, just a collect the dollar. So why the division? Why we can't come together and bring forth your will as a mission? Yeah, life is so precious and love is my religion, but you can't. And me say watch out the places you walk in and mind your mouth speak when you do talking, cause here's all around. Even though them now make a sound, them names they showing around, and mankind today get so violent when they just upon a road inside it. As I look up to the sky, me ask that I feel some tidings to see the pagans in my eyelids. They find that they got to people, this system like that we no evil. Truly not meditate. If another one, you sing the one you with me. Why we are proving science madam? Because so then chickens they are the back just a collect the dollar. Oh, the poor people there. Why we are proving science? Chickens they are the back just a collect the dollar. Blessed love and greetings to everybody. All who want me on the live, big up. Let me go, next tune. Hear me and say now. All who know me from long time, now say me had to push for the peace from long time. So me gotta big up everybody who are involved. You know what I mean? It's a good look. Ooh,
foot say, if I could turn at the hands of time, how would I? If you like sing that one, when only stone used to fling and not big up, alright then. If I could turn back the hands of time, how would I bring it back to 95? When only stone used to fling on. Back to the youth in our nation, to giving the island a dirty reputation. You see the fact and a break on, and the crime and the killing. Tell me what's the reason? Why don't you look and walk up? Stop the fuss and the fight, live in peace, no man. Can't take this lifestyle we live in a man. If I could turn back the hands of time, how would I bring it back to 95? When only stone used to fling and buckle used to back and not the gun. If I could turn back it, turn it, how would I bring it back to 95? When only stone used to fling and buckle used to back. Just in case you never know, my name is Footsie. Alright, gone again. Ooh, na 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 na. I'm Footsie. Alright, now, it's for the beautiful ladies now. Can you see where I'm from? There's a lot of beautiful girls. Alright, you wish you could not hear me now. Me a vision you clearly know. Gone again. Alright then, I know that girl you belongs to me, and I can see she's the one for me. And because of that, girl, you bring joy to my life, and you are the spark to my light, and it's a true love and a long story. And because of that, I'm just waiting for the right time to roll up and face it. Girl, you bring joy to my life, and when it get dark, you shine the light. And I can see the vision so clearly now. Thank you, Jah, for this angel you send me now. That's a them kid. You are one girl, me give me. Alright, like the way how you smile, how you move. You like a melody, you put me in the groove. Ain't no box, ain't no cut, ain't no bruise. Let me catch a flight, let me catch a cruise. Full and calm, no back character. Full time now, you link the rasta. She ain't got no actor. You refer to the thing I play no gangster. I know that girl you belongs to. Sure. And I can see she's the one for. Hey, girl, you bring joy to my life, and you are the spark to my light, and let me tell you about me girl now. Hey, babes, because of then, come let me get it on. Me and you go set it on. Put it in your bone, you me in your bone. Me and you could stack the paper. Come me want a good life later. Do something natural and naive. And so we pick back and keep it lively. We say, like the way how you smile, how you move. You like a melody, you put me in the groove. Ain't no box, ain't no cut, ain't no bruise. Let me take a flight, let me catch a cruise. Full and calm, no bad character. Full time now you link the rasta. She want, she ain't got no actor. Lord, get real to the thing I'm playing no gang. Me, alright, and I can see she the one for me. My girl, girl, you bring joy to me like that. You are the spark to me like that. It's a true love and a long story. Yeah. If you enjoy the voice of vibes, gone again. Well, my fans them don't know. What my name? A Footsie. Alright. Me say they like a the hand like way. Man, I work hard since 2003. Look, you don't know nothing about me, boy. Stop with it. You don't know nothing about way. Alright then. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know. All of the backers have been doing to before. Full time now, the tree one rise up. I show the cold world, you could get the hardcore. Right, just hear the fans, them a ball out, so they want. They want. Now when we go and later, who are them a fight? Hey, if I can like them, check out the dance, how the tell me from me own, and I treat me own, and I go see. Watch a disgrace to the block, and we say they like this. this a 2000 Cause you don't know nothing about me, boy. Stop with it. You don't know nothing about me. Them no nothing about me. If you enjoy yourself, say, good life, health and strength to yourself. Because it's good to be alive right now, despite the whole COVID situation. Run now one day. Because this is serious, you know? Me say, do's, a better life to choose. Yeah. Sometimes in life, people make some kind of mistakes. Some people do certain things what they never really want to do. But it's not easy, you know? You can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right word, yet you're acting foolish. Procrastinating and things you never do yet. Can't be a winner if you never take a lose it. Can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right word, yet you're acting foolish. You're procrastinating and things you never do yet. Forever moving on, where nothing not go on. Me still a give thanks in a early man. Separate myself from the ways of man. Enough a try see though my master plan. Life ain't no joke like against. Me a talk to be life and not the souls. Time so precious, my summer you waste it. Get up and lazy self if you want on a pace it. Hey, you can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right but yet you're acting foolish. Procrastinating and things you never do yet. Can't be a winner if you never take a lose yet. Can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right but yet you're acting foolish. Take it up. Big up the youth, they want to hustle with the muscle. The wise ones want to keep out of trouble. The same ones that make $1 and a double. You're hungry, go cook a pot and make a bubble. Come and want change in a life, dog. Trying to make it cause Jah know say life hard. Best decision is to try one go find God. If life hard, this song for everybody, everybody. Every single mother, every daddy, who's listening. I know the feeling of a parent and you're struggling. Let me decide the definition of the hustling. So put your best foot first and hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Best be blessed and walk with us. Chant a song and wake them up in a verse. True, you can't help and jam when it's too late. You know the right, rest it. Yeah, me just come bless up team unity. You know what I mean? Say, me's a youth from the ghetto. And me go through it every day. Even though me look nice and flashy, me go through it every day and everywhere. So listen what food see you say and me go so then. You can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right but yet you're acting foolish. Procrastinating and things you never do yet. Can't be a winner if you never take a lose it. Call Panja when it's too late, you know the right but. Big up Jerry, big up Back Analyst. Again, this one for everybody, every single mother, every daddy, who's listening. I know the feeling of a parent and you're struggling. Meant to survive the definition of the hustling. So put your best foot first, hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Bless and walk the curse. Chant the songs and get them up in a verse. Procrastinating and things you never do yet. Can't be a winner if you never take a lose yet. You can't call Panja when it's too late. You know the right but yet you're acting foolish. Yeah. Now this song this song is dedicated to all my fans from them time till now. If you listen to Sugar Bowl, you will know this instrumental from anywhere. But right now, I'm going to sing it. But me love the peace thing. Sounds in the streets, another one. Lord, look how one mother happy born again. Because she's so life gone away. Sounds in the streets, another one gone again. Lord, look how one mother happy born again. Because she's so life gone away. My village, do me a talk to. Come off the gun, think shooters want to harm you. Stop killing yourself. Life is so easy, stop killing yourself. How you expect we be a red nation? But me like how we got team unity. Because I'm killing a one. So bring it up. Alright, there. Mr. Sounds in the street, another one. Love when I say Kita Neves. You don't know my name is Footsie. And we're gone again. And this is the bank called Bacchanalist. Cause in the streets, another one gone again. Lord, look how I'm on the happy ball again. Because she's alive. Another one gone again. Lord, look how I'm on the happy ball again. Because she's alive.
Thank you very much, Footsie. That was absolutely amazing.
The energy in the room is insane, ladies and gentlemen. You have to be here. However, as I mentioned, we have a surprise for you. Tonight is just so entertaining that the ladies' defender, Sweet Sister Sensia, will now be featured on 869 Forward. So now we're going to welcome Sweet Sister Sensia to have a word with us, with Jonelle and Akila.
It feels good being in the middle, isn't it? How are you guys feeling tonight?
Excellent.
I know, right?
I'm very happy you're here.
I know you are, aren't you? Look at you. First of all, I want to say a special good night to you guys. And, you know, everybody call me the ladies' defender. I'm about the ladies because I love strong, beautiful women. And I love to push my women. Jonelle? No, I'm the ladies' defender, but I'm still going to come at you, my brother. You know what I mean? Because, hey, you're representing my area, all right? So, I mean, first of all, what I would like to know, let me start with you, Akila. You're strong, you're beautiful. You are a mother of three. Can you stand up for a minute? Woo! A mother of three. Where you get a flat belly from, first of all? Because I've been working on mine for years. And I only got one.
I don't have any. I know the struggle. I know the struggle. The struggle is real out here.
Let me tell you something. You look amazing. Let me just
Thank
start
you
by
so
saying
much.
that.
Thank
I mean, you know, let me put down this because I want to talk to you. A woman, you're running in politics. You're doing politics right now. How does it feel? I mean, how does it feel? I mean, sometimes, you know, you find that there's people who probably like be fight down and it can weaken you and your strength could drop. I mean, how do you keep going? Tell me.
Well, first of all, Michelle, before we start, I have to let everybody know I've been admiring Michelle since we were in convent school. I mean, to me, Michelle, as well as some other of her classmates, they were strong women since then. They knew what they wanted. They knew what they were about. And I admired that about them. So when I was a little bit younger, I looked up and said, you know what? I just like the fact some people might have called it you being disgusting, you don't like to hear, but I saw it as someone who had a mind of their own, who believed in themselves and wasn't afraid to say, this is who I am. And then now we see it with you every single day. So I just wanted to put that out there first and foremost.
Yeah, make me blush up again. You know, thank you.
But the thing about politics, yes, you know, people can say so many different things about you, but it's important. My granny always told me, from since I was young, you can't take things personal from people who don't know you personally. And so for me, I just focus on that. They don't know me personally, so I'm not going to take it personal. Stay focused on what it is I'm trying to achieve and just keep going.
And I like that you said that because you see, what I've been seeing lately is so much hate, right? But there's so much more love than hate. Sometimes when you find that there's 4 people that don't like you, they say this, they talk negative, there's 24 who love you. So you got to ask, because that's what I always remember in myself, because sometimes I'll be like, Mommy, sometimes I used to go home to my Mommy, this person don't like me, and the person, Mommy would say, Michelle, to the 2 that don't like you, there's 10 who loves you. Worry about the 10. Eventually
change
the 2
your focus.
will get to know you, and then they will get to love you.
Yes, and change your focus.
What I like about you, and that I've noticed, and also Jonelle too, is that you guys are people. people persons. And I always say, if any politician was to ask me advice, I would say, first of all, if you are not a people person, then don't go into it. Because like a friend of mine just said a while ago, you could basically be the man or the woman who does everything by the books. You follow the rules, you play the role, you do everything that you have to do. But because you don't communicate with your people, they don't see you. Because at the end of the day, it ends and stops with them there. But I don't really want to get to know you on that side of it. I want to get to know you, who you are. What are you about? Besides everybody seeing you on the screens now saying, okay, she's running, she's representing West Bastille. I mean, who is Akilah? Tell us about you.
Well, for me, first and foremost, I am a wife and I am a mother. Family have always been important to me. And I show up, people hear me and they see it. I'm always with family because that's what's important to me. Being able to have that sense of being grounded and being around people who care, who motivates you, and people who you can share and give to. And then that comes out then in anything else that you do and any other interaction that you have with anybody else. So it's like getting that positive energy that you can then give back out to others. And so I just care about family. Family is important to me. And I just want to see communities with families that can be bonded and together and share the same type of, love for each other like I experienced growing up. And so that's me. I'm just a family person.
I'm going to ask this question to both yourself and Janelle. Janelle, I'm going to start with you first. I'm a mother, right? Sometimes when I'm working, it gets very frustrating. Sometimes if the job is not done or something goes wrong on the job, I'm so frustrated that sometimes I'm scared to even go home because I don't want to go home and take it out on my child, which I don't. So I kind of do the woosa at the job, and then I go home and I hug my child because she comforts me. Now, my question to you is that, I ain't in this field and I ain't going to ever be in this field, but you guys are there. You understand what I'm showing you? And I know it's a field that you have to be strong. You have to be very, very strong. And I know sometimes it's very frustrating for you guys, and then you have to go home to your daughter. You have to go home to your kids. How do you balance it? How do you balance being in politics and home? And let me start with you.
Well, let me start off by saying, big up Footsie, fantastic performance. It's a balancing act, as you said, and it's not easy. Hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, great. Big up Footsie again. It's a balancing act, as you said, and it's like anything else in your life. It doesn't have to be politics. It could be, extracurricular activities, and when you're a student, you have to find that balance. You have to know yourself. You have to know what your limits are. You got to know how much you could do, how far you could go. And to some extent, you have to know to compartmentalize what's happening in your life. You got to know where to draw the line and say, look, all right, let me turn off this cap and put on this cap. And it comes down to knowing yourself. In order to succeed in anything you're doing, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be true to yourself, know your limits, know what you can do, but strive to do even better.
What about you, Akilah? Talk to me. How do you balance it? Because you ain't got one in a tree.
It's three, yes. It's the same idea. But for me, you have those moments when you're really stressed out and you don't want to go home and take it out on everybody. That's when you're going to pass me on the street with my volume up loud and you just see me bouncing. Music calms me.
It does.
And so I just take the time in the car on that drive home, really listen to some music to calm myself down, knowing that I'm about to step out of my professional role and into that mommy room. So my intersection in between there, some good music.
All right. So here we're going on now. It's getting down to crunch time because we all know that June 5th is when we're going to be doing the election day, right? And it has just started for you guys. It's going to get tougher. It's going to get rougher. It's going to get crazier. I know that you guys are ready because I can see that, right? But my question is, I know there's going to be everybody saying, Akilah, Janelle, Akilah, Janelle. It's going to be like you in the toilet and you can't even let it out because you keep hearing the names and it's distracting you, right? My question is, how are you going to be able to deal with so many people? Because everybody is going to be looking, you representing West, you representing Central, and everybody is going to be looking towards you guys right now. Your name is going to be called a lot. How are you going to be able to deal with people, still campaign, and still manage your everyday life?
It's tough. Trust me, it's tough. I was joking earlier and said, people like to say you only see politicians every 5 years. But it's like when election comes, your phone start blowing up and you start hearing from people for the first time in 5 years. But I look at it as a good thing. The reality is my phone, since the election was announced, my phone just going crazy. I mean, I'm getting literally hundreds of WhatsApps every day. I think I had 104 calls yesterday. It's just crazy. But I look at it from this standpoint. If these people that reach out to me means they want to hear from me, they want to see me, they want to talk to me, and there's something that I can do to help these people out. It started a long time. It ain't just when election called. We've been preparing for this for years. It's not my first time around. But when you're doing something good, and at the end of the day, you're going to be helping people and putting people in a better position than they are now, it's worth it. You feel good, you feel it energizes you, it motivates you, and you feel good about what you're doing. Yeah, you get tired and you're human, you get fed up at times. But when you think about that end goal, for me it's not even so much about winning the seat, it's about helping people. And I'm in a better position to help them if I win. So that just motivates me and keeps me going.
And for me, I am the type of person I like to plan out everything that I do and be as organized as possible. And so early on, that point was going to come when you're going to be busy on the road, meeting with people. There's still people who want to talk to you in office. There's still people who want to talk to you on the phone. And so from very early, I created structures. And so I have numbers that people can call, and you can set an appointment to meet with me or schedule a call to speak with me, because I want everybody to have that opportunity, and I don't want to have 100 missed calls, because you can't get back to 100 missed calls all at once or somebody will be missed. And so I put structures in place so that I'll be able to have someone who is keeping record. These are the people who you need to reconnect with. These are the people you need to call. These are the appointments you have with individuals, because everybody have to be heard. Everybody's needs to be met in the best way that you can. And so I just put structures in place that would allow me to be able to get things done, basically.
All right, well, I'm not going to take up, most of this show because, I know Amalia and the beautiful hosts have questions that they want to ask you guys. But what I want to say, I don't want to ask. I just want to say from my final, everybody knows I'm a people person. I love people. Even when they do me wrong, I still love people, right? And I'm real about it, right? And what I would say to you, Janelle and Akila, and any politician who's listening right now, once you're going to do it from the heart. And be sincere about what you guys do. Don't just come into politics and, be about, okay, let me see what I can do for me and do for my family and what I can get. You have to love the people, because it's about us, the people, who's going to be going on June 5th to vote to bring you guys in. You understand? At the end of the day, it's up to us. So now you have to basically, the chance to prove your point, tell the people in what they want, what you guys, not what they want to hear. Because we can't tell everybody what they want to hear. Sometimes people want to hear, you're going to give me this, you're going to give me that. Most people only think about what you can give me. What about what you can give? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not about benefiting. People need to understand it's not about benefiting one person. It's benefiting a whole community. So if you cannot be served as an individual, okay, some people might say, I want a house, I want this, because everybody going to want. But at the end of the day, you guys are also human. And people need to understand that you guys are human too. So same times, you just have to show us, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you guys. And, don't make promises that you cannot keep, because we don't want to hear promises. We reached to the point where we fed up on promises. We want to know that you guys going to bring it. And when you bring it well. And I'm sure I've seen you guys very strong. You speak very good. And I'm proud of you, because you're a woman. I love my women. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you just got to do what you got to do. And if the people out there think that, hey, you deserve it, they're going to give it to you. You know what I mean? Janelle, the same thing. Amalia, I'm going to turn it back over to you guys. Oh, okay, no problem.
He's got the fancy lips.
All right, so I'm going to direct the first question to, the 8th question to Janelle. Janelle, this show is about getting to know the candidates, getting to know you all on an intimate level, putting the politics aside for a second, and getting to know you as human beings, as Cynthia quite eloquently put it. So, Janelle, can you tell us about your upbringing, about your childhood? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up? Can you give us some memories of when you were small growing up in your community?
I grew up in Matt Night. in my old family home, which my grandparents would have built back in the 1930s. Same house that they raised all 8 of the children in. By the time I came around, it was me, my sister, my parents, my grandmother living there. And that was my beginning, you know. The corner, Shaw and Central, that was my turf there. I was like anybody else. I think one of the things that helped me was the fact there were a lot of young boys around my age living right there. So I had a crew, I had a lot of people around me, and you know, it was fun times. I mean, the 80s in Matnight was amazing, and you know, going down to the Bay, Irish Town Bay, like everybody else, playing football, cricket in the streets, pitching marbles. That was me. Basketball obviously was my sport. I'm sure everybody looking at the Michael Jordan series that's going on now, and you know, that was me then, you know, in those days. And the Dome, anybody who knows me, my crew, those days, we created a basketball court on Shah Avenue in an empty lot called the Dome, and people would leave all over to come and play basketball there. So that was where it started. Bastia High School, junior high, played basketball for Hitters basketball club. Yes, I played for Hitters. You were a little younger. Yeah. All 3 teams, junior, A, Premier Division. So I was in that for, you know, a couple of years. I actually went to school in Newtown. I went to Newtown School. But Pasha School, as it was then, it was, I think it's Tucker Clark now. I went Pasha School. But, you know, I really enjoyed growing up in Matnight. You know, moved to Mattingly a little after that. But my formative years were there. So if you grew up in Matnight around that time, you knew what it meant to go by the Strand and by Blunks. Matnight people can understand that. It's a little heavy cake. You eat 2 of them, and that was a meal. Plunks was the coconut ones. But, you know, the days when the bands, carnival time, the bands used to come around by 5 ways, and you're living in an old wooden house, and everything started to shake, and when the time they hit 5 ways, you had to run and start taking down my grandmother's pictures off the wall and catching trinkets as they were falling from the band. But, yeah, nothing fancy, nothing special. I was like anybody else.
I understand. Akela, what about you? Your childhood, how did you grow up?
My childhood, let's see. There were 3 communities that raised me. My parents lived in Shadwell, and I didn't like it at all. It was just way too quiet for me. There weren't many kids my age there, and so every opportunity I had to get out of Shadwell, I went out of Shadwell. The other community would have been Dorset, which was just down the street because my grandmother lived there. I think everybody would remember Teacher Esdale for the Lily of the Valley preschool. Many people from Market Street and Irish Town would have gone to preschool there because she was one of the first persons to have a preschool. And it was a little bit more rowdier than Shadwell was. You had Pappy Shop just down the street and the basketball right there, the little playground for us. And so it was a little bit more rowdier, but Granny didn't really want us to be out on the road too much. So my favorite place to go was Cardin Avenue in the village by my family. So weekends was spent there. Every vacation was spent there just so that I don't have to be in the quiet Shadwell. I wanted the action because when you go down to Cardin Avenue, you stay there on a Friday night, Saturday morning you wake up to the sound of music playing outside. And you hear people passing and talking to each other, neighbors cleaning the drains as you go down, and that was community. Like, you just a sense of community, and it was more than just neighbors, it was like family. And then, you know, being told, you know, go down by Carter shop to buy something for us, but don't go in the door all the way down to the bottom of the end, because on one side was a rum shop and on the other side was a normal shop. So you can't go in the door by the rum shop. Go in the other side, don't look left nor right, ask what you want, head out the door, back up the street to do what you have to do. And timing you, yes, timing you. If you come back, exactly. Not understanding that we had to take detours, and it didn't matter because we're going to take detours anyway, take the long way back, just so that it will be out a little bit
You
longer.
remember to say good morning and good afternoon?
You had to say good
Okay,
morning and good afternoon. That wasn't even an option. And so I enjoyed my time in the village because most of the time it's a big family that I came from. Everybody knows my family. And so there was many cousins and we had opportunities to just disappear for hours in the day. We used to go down by the cenotaph and just play or just sit down and just do anything that we could think about for hours.
And that doesn't happen now.
And doesn't really
All the
happen
kids
now.
have
That's
iPads
true.
I met 3-year-old children who have their own
Exactly.
iPhones and they don't
And
go
then,
outside anymore.
or just being able to go down to Lemkey, like I said last night, that's where I learned to swim. And so it was just, I liked the atmosphere of the village growing up. It gave you that sense of togetherness. Everybody looking out for each other. Everybody making sure you're okay. To eat and drink, and it didn't matter. And that is what I liked most about my childhood growing up.
Wonderful.
In and out of everybody home, just being able to be around action all the time. Shadwell, too quiet.
Since we're on the topic of your upbringing, what from your upbringing do you think has prepared you guys now for public service?
Who's first?
Jonelle, you can go ahead.
Why not? Well, growing up in Matnight is a very dense community. Central Bastion itself is a very dense constituency, and so you just had so many people around, so many different characters. So you had an opportunity to see a lot of different societal levels of persons, but just so many different people. You're able to interact with so many different people, and so from an early age, I really didn't know the difference between, haves and have-nots and all of that. Everybody just seemed one big mixing bowl of people, And as Akila said, back then in Matnight, everybody sort of looked after each other. And so that sort of grounding, that being accustomed to being around people, being accustomed to being around different types of people, really set the tone in terms of my outlook. And my grandmother always said, and it's probably the one thing that I remember most in terms of advice from her, was that you should be able to dine with kings but never lose the common touch. And basically that means strive for the best, strive to be the best, but don't forget the people that you come across on the way. You have to be able to relate. And I think that essentially is it. My ability to relate to anybody comes from that upbringing.
And it was the same thing on my end as well, because I had my parents who would tell me that the person who cleans the street is just as important as the prime minister of the country. And so you treat everybody with respect, and you look out for each other, and you look out for your neighbors as best you can. And then I had my grandparents who, they would give anything that they have. As long as someone was in need, you would find, my grandmother, for instance, there were Saturday mornings we would be by her house, and then she would tell us, just go in the cupboard and take out 2 tin of sausages, or go in the back of the yard and pick some of them green fig and everything, place them into these plastic bags, and then you just see families coming, and she's just giving back. And she just reminded us is that everybody, you don't know where persons come, you don't know their situations, you don't know what's happening, but if somebody reaches out, you must always be willing to help, even if it's just the smallest and it's your last. Maybe you might be able to, or you see an opportunity where you'll be able to get that back, so you should always be willing to be able to give to somebody else. And even until today, I find that myself and my cousins who would have grown up around her, we understand that. And so as much as we can, we try to give back. And then again, my grandmother with the preschool, it's in a neighborhood where it's Matnight and it's Market Street, and some of these families, they may not have been able to pay for the school, and that didn't even matter. She would make sure not only they have breakfast, because some of the children, we understood, they come out of households where they couldn't even have breakfast before they come to school. So the parents can't pay, but every Saturday, Granny takes us to grocery shopping with her so we can prepare for the next day of the preschool. And we would make sure that all the children are fed at mornings, so that they all have that same starting point. And so I saw that level of service around me all the time. And even persons who knew my grandmother, Miss Byron, in the village, my grandfather considered our family shop as it was just somewhere where people just come and you get whatever you want. There was a running tab that was never paid, and it meant nothing to her. My grandfather just figured it's a hobby. You really just want to be able to help, and so he would help with the hobby. And so I saw that all around me, just being able to give back. And so for me, it's just something that is what I know. And so that's why being able to help and understanding that there's so many persons out there who may not be able to have what I have, but if you can just give a little, then that would be helpful. And that's the whole reason.
That is lovely. And Akila, I have a question for you, because the recurring topic here, it seems to be family and your upbringing. But I want to know what your children think about you doing this. Do they understand what mommy is going out fighting for the public every day? Do they understand what's going on?
They're starting to come around to it. To be honest, I have been shielding them a bit from it all. And even from the beginning, I just didn't want them to, I just wanted them to see it as, mommy's working, this is what she have to do. But if I do stuff like I have an annual back to school program, I want them to learn to give too. So I'll have them help with packing the bags or being able to help with packing the school bags or the party bags or whatever it is. And in their minds, they're just thinking we're just trying to help, but they don't understand the level of it. Until lately, when their teachers in school start telling them, I saw your mom on TV. Oh, and they're like, okay. And their friends are like, I saw you guys on a video. And they're like, Mommy, what did you do with that video that we did together? I was like, oh, nothing. It just was viewed by a whole lot of people. And so now they're starting to understand it a little bit more because friends are talking about it. Like, for instance, my 11-year-old, he came home from school and said, well, Mommy, apparently you're doing something important because my friends say you're going to win in the upcoming election. So I'm like, okay, so you understand what Mommy is doing now? She said, yeah, I have an idea because we're learning about election and politics in school and your name just happened to come up. So that's when you have to start telling them exactly what it is and helping them to understand that, I'm going to be gone for a bit, but it's for a good reason and everything. And they're like, you know what, Mommy, just go out and do it.
So speaking of service, I want to go back to, you were talking about giving back and your grandmother teaching you the value of helping others own you, etc. So we're going to start with Jonelle. Yesterday I had a conversation with someone from your constituency. She lives in McKnight. And she was explaining to Wahanda and I about the conditions of some of the houses in McKnight, the crack houses, the drugs, the abandoned properties, etc., etc. It's an eyesore, right? So basically what we want to know is, in terms of your intentions for your community, for constituency number 2, what plans do you have to clean up McKnight and the rest of the constituency and make it a better place to raise children, to raise families, and for the community, in general?
That is one of the pillars of my platform, to redevelop and upgrade not just McKnight but the whole constituency. We talk about McKnight. What it looks like today is not what it looked like when I grew up there. A lot of the houses are just now derelict. A lot of the are gone and replaced by empty lots and overgrown bush. But again, it's not just McKnight, it's Irish Town, it's Market Street, Dorset. Even when you look at a place like Greenlands, which used to be, considered a middle-income, well-to-do neighborhood, is now basically abandoned. It's and the houses are derelict and stuff, and so it creates so many different issues for the residents that are there. From a security standpoint, it's an issue when you think about the empty lots that are being used as dumping sites, and the garbage and the sewage and the rats and the insects, and it's really filthy, and the place just looks bad. It looks dirty. We're people, and I believe that my people deserve a better environment in which to live, in which to raise their children, to raise their families. And so I've done a lot of research on this, and what I've found out is a lot of these properties, they're tied up. Somebody died, some estate issue, or somebody's migrated and just can't be bothered with it. And a lot of these properties, nobody's paying, house and land tax for them. So they owe the government a whole set of taxes. In many instances, the taxes that they owe exceeds the value of the property. And why are we allowing this? Let's repurpose these properties, especially in a constituency which is limited physically by space. Let's repurpose them and make them available for persons in the communities for residential and commercial purposes. So I wrote a 9-page proposal which I submitted to my colleagues in cabinet to consider, which was well received. The relevant ones really jumped on it, and we were able to do walkthroughs with different ministries and different departments. A lot of them thanked me because they were like, their efforts have been segregated amongst different ministries, but my proposal sort of brought everything together. And so I look at it in terms of, first of all, using local talent, youth, young people from in the communities to clean up these areas. They get paid for it. It creates employment. Let's clean up these areas, use them to do that, and then having gone through the necessary legal proceedings, let us look to take back these properties, whether acquire them by the state and make them available again for the people within these communities. The whole purpose is to give opportunities to residents, particularly young people, but also to improve the housing stock. It's about improving our whole environment. Everybody wants to feel comfortable in the house at nights. This is what Team Unity has been doing when we look at the roofing program, some initiatives at the NHC, to the health program, trying to improve persons' lives.
Okay, brilliant. Nakila, what about you? Just tell us very briefly what you have done. What's that word? I know you all don't know what that word is.
Remember, you're dealing with politicians.
I don't know that word. That word sounds familiar.
So tell us briefly and concisely.
Another one.
A few things you have done over the last 5 years to improve constituency number 3.
That's a long list, eh?
Well, half of the list of the things that you have done for constituency number 3 over the last few years, and what you have intended if you were to win your seat.
Well, I think I spoke a lot to it last night, but we can talk about it again, and I could probably point out some of the ones that are a bit meaningful to me. I mean, the ones that I didn't talk about last night, the ones that I feel most dear to me. One of the things that I have been doing year after year is a back-to-school program where I'm providing children with the basic things that they need for school, such as backpacks and books and pencils and sharpeners and rulers, the simple things that we take for granted, but then there are a lot of families that actually can't afford to provide these for their children. And so having that opportunity to be able to give them something, to give them a start, to ensure that every child who goes to school has the same starting point, that's something that has been dear to me and something that I found over the years. I've always been extra happy and pleased to be able to do it. And then part of that is just offering that simple thing, haircuts for the boys or braiding for the girls. And then you realize how many families, it's these things we take for granted all the time, but these are things that so many can't afford to do. And having that opportunity to do that, it frees up their money a little bit more so they can be able to offer or provide something else that's even more important to their children and their families. Another thing that I have been doing too is since the COVID started is a hot meals program where we go around and we provide meals for the elderly and the most vulnerable, which to me is something that's also important because we understand that there are quite a number of persons within the community that they don't even have electricity or running water, so they can't even provide that meal for themselves. And this is a program that I want to continue because it's been touching so many lives and being able to help families. When you see some families with young children and the children are like so happy when we get there with the hot meals. I mean, this is 2020 and people should not be living like that. And so just being able to provide that for them has been something that's been meaningful and touching to me, and it gives you that opportunity to just reach out to the individuals that you're providing this meal for as well. Some of these elderly people, all they want is someone to talk to. And so when they go, you just sit down with them and you just have a conversation. And there's this one lady in particular, I remember her from since I was a child growing up. And so every time I come in, she tells me, turn around, let me see the backside. Because you know how the elderly ladies are. She's like, you need to put on some weight. You're losing too much weight. Look at you. Your face needs to be round up. And those type of things, it gives you that pleasure and joy just to be around them. And so I enjoy doing stuff like that. But outside of that, we've been talking about it all the time, the roads that have been constructed in Gavies. When I have a young nurse telling me it's so difficult to go to and from work, especially when it rains, and she get her white shoes all messed up because the water is just about up to her ankles and she can't get to pass, and you keep asking and asking, then you have to be able to lobby on behalf of these individuals to be able to get that small infrastructure that was not there all the time. Or what about in Matinee, where the community groups keep saying, it's been years since we didn't have these roads. You have to be able to provide that for them as well. Or even when you go to the schools, Dr. William Connor Primary School, and the principal there tells you, we need computers, but we can't because the roof where the computers should be is leaking. And so then you find that, being able to ask education, it's just a simple roof. Can you just fix it for them? And then they did that and more. And things like that is what I've been doing within the community and within number 3. And the list is long. I have a mini manifesto that I have been giving out, which lists my achievements as well as my plans. It is mini. It is concise. I'm not going to talk, so everything is in small chunks, so they're easy to read, and it makes it enough so that you'll be able to, read it quickly and understand everything that I'm trying to. But if you ask me to say, I could go on forever, eh?
Next time.
Okay, then.
Next time. All right, well, Akila, Jonelle, this was absolutely amazing, wonderful. Thank you for coming. It was very insightful. I think we've learned a lot about, the two of you in terms of your personal lives and your upbringing, etc. And I hope the listeners have actually learned something about their candidates that can help them make a decision in the polls on the 5th of June. So I'm going to turn it over to Rohanda now, and thank you guys for coming once again.
Thank you so much, Mali and Rohanda.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's a pleasure. A good opportunity for people to realize politicians are people too. We just like you.
Exactly.
And hopefully after the election we can come back and have a debrief as to the lead up.
That's a really good idea.
Yes.
Debrief. Yes, I like that.
A concise debrief.
A concise debrief. Yeah, right.
All right. Unfortunately, we are out of time. I wish we could chat more. We've learned so much about you guys. We promised that we would show you your candidates from a different point of view. We show you their human side. However, we also have some entertainment. So now we are going to welcome Mr. Nicha B to the stage.
Yo.
Please don't judge me, 'cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see me smiling, deep inside I'm feeling a million questions. So please don't judge me, 'cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see me smiling, deep inside I'm feeling a... But since the other day, they use them get unruly. Mix up with the devil, raise them call the Illuminati. Since when mankind start to get so ungodly, start kill the brother over little bit of vanity. Enough close friend me lose and lad still a hurt me to see me best friend driving a hearse heading to the cemetery. I shuckle up and head up to the penitentiary. Figure face the next quarter century and tell them this. Please don't judge me, 'cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see me smiling, deep inside I'm feeling a million. Alright then, say please don't judge me, 'cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see me smiling, yeah, man. Come and say please don't judge me, 'cause you don't really know me. And sometimes when you see me smiling, deep inside I'm feeling 1 million cries, over 1 million miles. Come, me say, please don't judge me because you don't really know me. And sometimes when you see me smiling deep inside I'm feeling 1 million cries, over 1 million miles. Me woulda loved to build me house, me say Addis Ababa, and don't get caught up in a drama. Me wish me coulda travel around the world, but me and to where me get a youth and after this the man's back. Cause poverty them face it. If you get a youth all what me have it. What you mean? Yeah. Alright then. Come me say, please don't judge me, cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see and I smile, but deep inside I'm feeling 1 million times. So please don't judge me, cause you don't know me. Let me tell you then. Me woulda love to build me house, me say over Africa back. And don't get caught up in none of them say. Me wish me coulda travel around the world again and spend the until every get a youth and after this them answer. Boom, cause poverty them face it. Out of road nothing we have to face it. So get a youth, see you dream, you want to chase it. No let nobody tell you that you got it. Oh, big up all the man them in the ear champion. All of you start time and all the thing feel it. Well, give thanks and praise for life, you know. For those of you who don't know me around the world, my name is Nichoby. I represent the whole of the 869. You know, big up my black star, you know what I mean? Yeah, stars. Yo, look. Come in, say, please don't judge me, cause you don't know me. And sometimes you see me smiling deep inside, I'm feeling 1 million cries. So please don't judge me, cause you don't know me. Yeah. How you feel? Well, I don't know, big up everybody out there in the viral world. You don't know what time it is, and it's need to be represented. It's been a while, you know. Road music. Well, this song is called Jah Know What to Do. Because in every situation in life, Jah always know what to do. No man is bigger than Jah. So let people do what they want to do. Okay? Hear me now. Look. Not every day we smile. Not every day we cry. Just remember Jah just always stay with you and I. And He's always by my side. You got to keep focus all the time. Not every day your time's gonna be hard. Sometimes in life you say your time's gonna be low, but Jah always know what to do. Let me tell you this now. From the time get rough and you feel like you want to do, keep on pushing and can't Jah know best. Jah know what to do. Yeah. Jah know what to do. Oh, you mean? From the time get rough and you feel like you want to do, keep on pushing and can't Jah know best. Yeah, Jah know what to do. Yeah. Jah know what to do. Look, never give up on your dreams. Always keep on pushing and no matter how it seems. Yeah. You want to keep it wise. And sometime in life you want to be patient at times. Yeah. Answer when you call. Chosen out of you. And sometime when we was in life, everything we do it. And just never give that man more than he can bear. Yeah. When the time get rough and you feel like you want to do, keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and Jah know what to do. Jah know what to do. I'm feeling the vibes, man. Pull up that song. Cause this song mean a lot to me. What you mean? Run it one more time. And you see in every situation, Jah always know what to do. Yeah, and Him come first. Say Jah know. Say Jah know. Alright then. Not every day we smile. Not every day we cry. Just remember Jah just always stay with you and He's always by my side. You got to keep focus all the time. Not every day your time's gonna be bad. Sometimes in life we say
never give up on your dreams. Always keep on pushing and no matter how it seems. Yeah, you want to keep it wise. And sometime in a life you want to be patient at times. Yeah, answer when you're called and show them that of you. And sometimes when we worship life, everything we do it. And just never give that man more than he can bear. Think his people tell it, when you time get up and you feel like everybody knows. Keep on pushing and can't judge and no best. Since you know what to do, yeah. You know what to do, oh. So me tell you, when the time gets up, since you know what to do, Jano, you always know what to do, Jano. Yeah. Well, this tune is called Humble. And this is one of my new tracks. I'm going to feature it here tonight, so listen to the words keenly, carefully. My blessings going. My blessings going. It's burning like wine. Yeah. I chant the Psalms a day to keep the devil far away from me. From me. Yeah. Oh, Father, can you guide me and protect me as I judge my way? My way. So don't tell me who wanna cool this flame. Which one of them wanna take this blame? Don't give to so much of suffering and pain. That's why they say me sticking a million. Me no wanna do me like the Evelyn Kane. No, me like sweet like a sugar cane. Me tell him, on my way, on my way, on my way. On my way, on my blessings going. It's burning like wine. My blessings going. It's burning like wine. And now to me fight me. All gonna my fight me. No, me eyes me. Jah keep me firm. Jah just keep me. Long. Jah just keep me. Jah just keep me. So what's the friends you keep? Watch the things you do. Watch the things you say. No, everybody want you. So when them will smiling on your face and really want to take your place, them will come and all your funeral and sing amazing grace. Hey! Now me blessings going higher and non-stop. And we're taking soca music. Blessings going. It's burning like wine. Yeah. My blessings going high. It's burning like wine. And now to me fight me. Man, I'm a fight me. No, me eyes me. Jah keep me firm and oh, Jah keep me. Belong. Oh, Jah keep me. Oh, Jah keep me. Oh, Father, can you guide me and protect me as a... Don't tell me who wanna cool this flame. Which one of them wanna take this blame? Don't be to so much of suffering and pain. That's why they say me sticking a million. You know when they do me like Evelyn Kane. No, me like sweet like a sugar cane. Me tell them, me blessings going. Yeah. And now to me praise me. All man of my fight me. Jah keep me firm and no, me eyes me. Jah just keep me. Jah just keep me. Jah just keep me. Jah just keep me. What you mean? Oh, yeah. Them call me the Dan. Feeling a feeling, feeling a venting, feeling a feeling. And my body full of sex, saying how me feeling. I said I'm feeling a nutshell, feeling a nutshell, feeling a nutshell. The right kind of atmosphere, and the right kind of people around here. Everybody know, come put your hands in the air. The right kind of vibes on here, and the right kind of girls on here. Now come to me party, I like it till I sweat at it. Come here, let me hold on tight on you. You are your one part, me girl, if you like you. Say we love it how you winding up your waist. We love it how you setting up your face. We love it how you mashing up, you're mashing up, you're mashing up. Yeah. Feel it. Girl, I know that's what you do. When you do the things you do, girl, I know that's what you do. When you do all the things that you do, girl, I know that's what you do. When you do the things you do, girl, I know that's what you do. Look, if you only knew what one dance can do. One dance can do. If you only knew what one dance can do. One dance can. If you only knew what one dance can do, you would have never walked me like that. The way you walk, said me must come back. Let me tell you then. If you only knew what one dance can do. If you only knew what one dance can do. If you only knew what one dance can do, you would have never walked me like that. The way you walk, said me must come back. Set up your face on your darling face, girl. Love it how you move your body to the tweet and the kiss with the pants and so, girl. Me love it how you mash up the place, so back and the stunt on the music low. Make the girl them do what they give me feel. Come in, never no chicken and do half of the things that she do. Come here, let me hold on tight for you. The way you walk on me, girl, if you like you. Say me love it how you winding up your waist. We love it how you setting up your face. We love it how you mashing up, you're mashing up, you're mashing up place. I feel it. Feeling it? Yeah. Girl, I know that's what you do. When you do the things you do. Girl, I know that's what you do. When you do all the things that you do. What you mean? What you feeling? I done say 6 9 to work, you know. When the soca start play, 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 play. When the soca start play, 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 play. When the music start to play. Yeah. Look, girl, when you put your body on me, you got my body feeling back. Girl, I just don't know what to do. When you push it back on me, you hypnotize me. When you push it up to back, you feel so. I say, girl, you feel so. I say, girl, you feel so. When the song start to play, she say, hold me round me waist. Don't you lose me pace. If you feeling shy, look me in the face. We come out to party, we not coming to watch no face. I want to feel my body structure. I want to hold you on me. Good and me, good and me. I miss a girl you feel so. I miss a girl you look so. When the song start to play, yeah. You never know you could have do it like that. You take it and you bubble and you wine like that. You never know you could have do it like that. You bubble and you up it and you oh God. You never know you could have do it like that. You're sassy. You never know you could have. Oh Lord, you feel so. I miss a girl you feel so. I miss a girl you feel so. When the song start to play. na 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 na. When the soca start to play, soca start to play. Oh my God, girl when you, so girl when you, oh, you feel so, girl you feel so, out of that, we having too much fun, what you mean? Sink is to up. Big up the unity team one time. Yeah. Carnival time, them a sit down and a feel it. And them a sit down and a watch you. Group up in a bungle for chat you. But I mean like a bone a band, carnival. Low. Just come up here. Them call the whining diva. Tempo. 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 See that? You saw that? Pull it up. We run it now. We're ready for them now. Run it. Oh, yeah. Saski, that's the wedding divo. In case you didn't know. Carnival time. Carnival time. Ah, boy. Come on, sit down on a PB. And I'm sit down and I watch you. Whoop up in a mango for chat you. But I mean, I can burn a body right now. Yes, and make come off the party. A time when everybody get real at the answer. And a lock again. Check this. Oh, God. How she feeling? How she looking? The vibes and set, yeah. The girls and check, yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. Sing now and cannot wait. Sing we at free back and then we at free carnival. What's now? Them call the whining diva. She got the carnival. First time you walk and she like me get sick. Oh God. Don't say me just can't leave. I know she's the whining. When the mic in my hand, just me deep, I'm the whining. And anything we say, if you do, anything I do, girl just climb up and climb up and climb up the ladder fun. Bubble and a 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 bubble. Take your time and yeah, take your time and oh no. Yeah, take your time and okay, the party's over. We gotta go now. We're done. Thank you for having me here. Boom. So you mean by that? The jam can't done. Check this. Chicken and me and me feeling. Flex and sit and me feeling. Kissing chicken me feeling. How you feeling? Feeling. The band and said yeah. The racing check yeah. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. Sing now I can't. Sing now I can't. We are three back and we can't have them a sit down and a baby. And enough of them man baby. And I'm a sit down and a watch you. Whoop up in a bungle. Whoop up in a bungle. Well, that's my time. My name is Richard. I don't know represent the DX69. Pick up the Unity family one time. I can. Sing no, I cannot wait. No, I cannot wait. Sing we and we carnival. We say we have to go up on you. I can. I don't know.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. Music in the monitor. Music in the monitor. What?
Really, so
Mind up a little bit in the mind up, yeah. And everybody just start dancing. Election of Guess what? Hey, yeah.
We a spend time. Can't go now with a couple days, couple nights. Yeah, help save lives. Remember, my life. Nobody better. You shine your foot on my shoulder. So me go walk slow. Then you rub around.
Hey, are you share the live? Tag a friend. Tell them Hellfire is here. Ready. Hey, Nature, go and big up. Tell them don't thief my new style. Watch Punchy and see the flavor. Hey, cap a shot.
We a spend time. Can't go now with a couple days, couple nights.
I mean, want everybody just get groovy, get sexy, no man.
Remember you promised me, my life. Now what the best time?
Lord,
you put your foot on my shoulder.
Shoulder.
Me go on it slow.
Hey, you see, call a laptop.
Then you rub it, make me a kind of squeeze and I pull it in close. Well over.
I make it shock you know. How you do the right thing? Can't choose for them. Stand wine.
Can't go nowhere, not today, so the name it we can do.
Hey, she chat to another good. Hey, remember many soon come.
Can't go nowhere, not
remember Sugar Band there still. Remember me just want me top for the switch over. Lord, hey, big thing. Oh no, campaign hard dog. Hey, Father God, protect me to you there now. Hold on, that's how we jam it slow and nice. Listen, you sip a drink, if you don't go drinking in the kitchen. Everybody waiting in them house right now when they go drinking. Hey, you see you don't start to dance and tell you about it. Yeah. Hey, everybody stop now. No. I want everybody, once you got enough room in your house, get up and dance. If you don't got enough room, I'll understand. You can sit and lie. But from you got house, and the house full of space, dance please. If you're in somebody's house, and then I want to dance, I understand too. Hey, this is your election wine. What's sweet like an election? Not that thing. Yeah. Wine. Hey, big up a girl, let me go wine and make love. What's the wine? Take your time there. Hey. When the country do open up back, what's bad problem? Ooh. Hey, big up can't use anywhere them there. My people. Big up everybody, we're going out for the election there. June 5th and do the right thing. Support you. Yeah. I see color laptop. It's a hard out now. Take your time and wine. Hey, me like the girl, them go take them time and wine. Them kind of girl that got relationship a last long. Take your time and wine. Yeah, take your time and wine. I like the girl that want to take them time and wine. Man like that. Wine. So deep. Ladies, if you're interested in a man, call the man. Hey, ladies, when you know about love? Sometimes when the man come by you for the night, sometimes it ain't all about sex. Sometimes they put on a little music and say, baby, let's do something romantic. Let's whine. Yeah, you put on a little nice song. You put on a nice little underwear. Maybe none at all. A nice bra. And you make the man put on a boxer and maybe a marina. And then you just tell the man, watch here. Just dance to the music here. And them kind of thing that don't make relationship last. Sometimes it ain't all about going spot and go eat and them things there. Just cause some kind of thing in your room. Put on a music and something and say, baby, hold on. And now you whine until something get hard. Even if a life get hard. Whine. Ladies, you know nice, something you feel in a bedroom. Hey. I'm ready. Big up, big girl, I'm ready for loving another new year. Even if you're... Hey, big up sense upon this. Big up sense upon the tune. Big up six men yard. And six of them. Woo! Sound wine. Big up, big girl, I'm going to entertain them man too, you know. Got a lot of girl boring, that's why them get by. Sometimes girl have to just lock on the phone on TikTok. When the man there watch you, just put your phone on TikTok. And just set your phone good on the table and just start to walk up and you just come out the bath. Them kind of thing that just get man. Hey, ladies, long enough. Ladies are 2020, you see how we don't start. Don't late end with your belly empty. Ladies, look for your man who are going to look for you. Look for a romantic guy. A man with a lot of fun. Yalla. Woo. Hey, Diamond, I see you. Hey, copy. Lord. Hey, baby. Hey, you see that song, yeah? Them girl hard to get out of relationship with me now because I'm a very fun nigga. I'm a very fun nigga. She come home and she hear something about me and she vex. I just put on a speaker with a song. And I say, baby, vex, all vex. But guess what? And when me start to rotate for my girl, a problem, because she must like feel it. And she and smile. Smile. Hellfire just woke up for a while. And when she starts smiling, things are get hard and things are get nice. Lord, I'm there for you. Hey, fellas, get serious in the new year now. Look at relationship. I'm there for you. Hey, me just between the break. Hey, when I then go back up, I want to go up as a husband of a bank teller, bank worker, something like that. Like somebody in the bank, like, hey. Because I love money. I tell you work in the bank. Anybody sit here, I tell you work in the bank anywhere. I work in the bank, friend. Hey, couples, I want some bank tellers. We deal with some bank tellers when we come back. Oh, yeah? Imagine me and you there with two bank tellers. Go in the bank anytime with fast slip and get just money. Ooh, I see you, me. What did you number wine? Hey, fellas, hold on. Fellas, if you look at girlfriend, you have to know what you do now. Use a different approach. Fellas, if you're a trouble man, woman, use a different approach. Not every man in a St. Kitts Nevis like walk up. A girl them like them thing there. So when you want a girl and you see a girl got a man, and you want to go after a girl still, you got school. Come to my walk-up school, I teach you a little thing. And you learn if you walk up and you approach a girl, them walk up and they watch you. Him not really want you. They watch you, and if you get them in the mood, and you want fellas, learn to walk up, stop chook and dig. 2020. Ladies, look at man who give you something. Ladies, wood and gas is fire, don't do that. Woo. What the girl number wine? Hey, you like that song, you're bad. Hey, Menace, watch your party when Menace come. I'm there. Hey, Kappa shot. I ever see Kappas walk up. I ever see Kappas walk up. I don't see it today. Shot one up. Stand with me this time. Hey, baby. Stand with me this time. Thank God God for the peace initiative. Thank God for the peace initiative. You wanna know why I said that there? You wanna? Too much gunshot a beat, that is not sweet. Can't take no more, make it on the right sheet. Too much gunshot a beat. Thank God for the peace. Can't take no more, make it on the right sheet. Too much gunshot a beat, that is not sweet. Can't take no more, make it on the right sheet. Ladies, second time wine up. Ladies, second time wine. Hellfire there. Hellfire there. Hellfire there. Can you have a feel? Cause what's fake and real? Cause I heard the job. Everybody just start whining in your room, though. I become a nervous people, though. I want to be infamous. Infamous, interview, but now we don't know. Somebody give thanks for life, no? Life, no? Hey, thank God for unity, for bringing the peace. Lord God, since the peace I go on, I could go anywhere and get peace. I think what I want. Think what I want, me not spill out the peace what I mean. Why wine? Everybody shout wine. Hey, Shansha. Think of nonsense you gone in the bathroom. Toilet must be clogged now. Wine, take your time, man. Hey, cops. I'm soon get money. Watch your body. Watch your body. Watch your body. From the miss. I can't pay. I think I'm the one fire spot. LBK. Lord. Everybody just get behind your machine and dance. Dance. Hey, infamous. I saw you couldn't get up on the stage at all. But you're the somewhere. Lord, everybody take your time and wind up now. Lord. You see, when you do good in your life, just go and do good. Don't study bad man. You want to want it. People don't know, but they won't judge you. You want to want it. Hey, let me tell you about bad mind people now. Them stink. Smile in your face. Them stink. Talking you back. And making up things that far from the fact. See the part there? You're talking about me. Hey, Kapos, I got my foot chat down. I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. Tell the bad mind. Please, don't touch me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly. Hey, me sure when a lot of girls hear the part, they went. The part say, he don't like ugly. But ugly girl, they must be frightened bad boy. God, gonna kill ugly people. Yeah. The frightened girl, they must be well frightened. The ugly girl, they must be well frightened from the part. When the part they come in, me just looking at me right here because me ugly days. When me listen to the song, they hope you don't catch me for one me ugly them. Me no want to take me no. People don't know. Make it worse if me not ready. But they won't judge you. People, please. God is serious. Take God serious. If you're not ready when God come, you're gonna miss the breakfast up in heaven. By the time lunch don't come, you don't starve. Why you talking? Not a soul going to hell in a St. Kitts. Not a soul going to hell in a St. Kitts. St. Kitts so sweet. Everybody are God bless. I'm telling you. Please don't judge me. Don't put you to watch me. Hey, I like that song about something on my chest. Something on my chest. Let me ask you a question. Can I say what I want to say? Hey, them watch me on, I need shot. They want to know why you say. I really want to say it. So me tell them. People don't know you. Don't know you. But they won't judge you. They talking about you. Must be something about you. Smile in your face. Lord. Talking you back. Lord. Making up things. Lord. Far from the facts. Why you talking about you? I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. Tell the bad man, please. Don't touch me. My name is Barry. He don't like ugly. Keep their eyes off me. They got the language where you go talk when people are chat you. Me no know it too good. Shit that. Some representative used to go around. From one lot of fool.
You think it's easy?
Now take care of them people. Election they come now, election they are serious time.
They play insane.
I got to know who are you, fan, who are you.
Go bring talk.
You hear me?
Far from the vibe.
Cause what?
Why you talking and talking and
talking about
me? I'll be
some of them are running election. All year you know see them.
telling you, please don't judge me. God don't put you.
When they see country run good, them a come and say vote for them. Just watch them and tell them no. Go up my face, boy. Hey, everybody just get behind on a computer, get behind on a phone. I don't know. Big up everybody. We don't charge the phone from early. And they got some goddamn phone on the charger. Big up the girl with the Alcatel. Can't leave the charger. The charger right there under your arm and hold it. Then kind of girl there up and listen to them live right now. Yeah, whole heap of entertainment we got your phone now. Yeah, I Mark soon come. Still got Sugar Band. Still got Hellfire. Hellfire now play it, you know. And that's between a break. Yeah. But that's between a break. We don't have to forget mad in any place yet. No. We don't have to forget mad. I big up all the close islands there. Anguilla, Antigua. Y'all give me a wine, y'all. Hey fellas, you know if you back back. Give me a wine, y'all. Ladies, take the time and wine up. All the girls, let me go entertain them, man. All the girls, let me go entertain them, man. And the sexy girl, let me talk about. Big up the girl, when you bend over and you watch back, you see something. Some girl bend over and I watch back and I see them spinal cord. What that about? Watch out, me not too beggy and choosy, you know. Ladies, you know must got a lot of body, but you have figure some. Because when you walk up, me want the man and watch something. Ladies, you know must got too much body, you know, but got some please. I'm coming up in the next 10 minutes. Are you share the light? Hold on. There's some people on the internet right now. They not even know how to share the thing. If you don't know if you work the internet, let somebody who know if you work it. Share it for you. Yeah, share the live there. So much interesting thing are going on right now. Are you share the live? Please press the share button. All I know, are you wrong email address and all kind of fake profile and all kind of thing. Share it. The people see you know because I'm going to burn out bad mind just now. Only for bad mind people and their life too, you know. And I got live. Yeah, entertainment line up. It's sexy. Trust me, I don't have a next way. I don't have a next way to introduce it or describe it. It's very sexy. All right, big up everybody who on from early. Got some people on from the first set of talking until now. Big up on yourself. Yeah. On a charge on the phone and some I got a Wi-Fi. I got a Wi-Fi and I make sure I got everything top up. Yeah, big up them people there. On here. Big up the hard-working people them when I let down them garden at this. Hey, cup a shot. Done one. Hold on, minister, come on right now. So let me play some song now. Ready now.
Father, yourself.
I 6 of them, I'm not there.
While and everything.
All the youngsters, everybody want to make something like see that?
You want me light in the darkest time. Me get to fight some of the hardest kind.
Me feel the pain and go like all is fine. Me say this snake, you know man, nah live blind. Just be me light in the dark.
Alicia, you a message,
no matter what go on, me can't left mine. Jealousy that full of my with slime. Just be me light in the darkest time. Hey, Jaja, living is all me know. Sacrifice.
Hold on, wherever you're from, wherever you register, report where you're there. Don't go when other people constituency go vote. Vote from where you're from, people. Don't be stupid. Some people don't powder where them from. But you see me?
Come from a village of love.
You see me?
At the same time, we come from a village of love. And the same kind of pressure I can't take it.
Everybody just type in the chat what village you come from. Everybody type what village you come from. Hold on. I want everybody powder your village. Everybody type what village you come from right now. Everybody put your village name in the chat right now. Please.
It's like we living
everybody powder where they come from. Put your village name in the chat right now. Ooh. And make it sweeter for your country name. For your country name. Let them know where you're from. You see me?
Come from a village of toes.
You see I'm telling me come
from a village of love. And the same kind of pressure I can't take it no more. I bear scrimmage. Look how you
everybody was sure where them come from. Shit that out.
And them kind of since the past of us. Absolute. Say you want the truth, but see that. They use the media to tell be lie. So watch out. Listen up to all my people them. Watch them flip out without reason. When we walk amongst evil men, you better know that's your judgment.
I want everybody to sing all the part aloud.
You're running and you're running and
you're running away.
But you can't escape that judgment.
No. Hold on. You know anything you do in a life, cherish your friend them. When me talk about friendship, me talk about real friendship. You see, if you got misunderstanding, we should be able to call back one another tomorrow morning and say, dog, sorry about that, you know. Because we had a misunderstanding. At the end of the day, and me and you come from way back. And we can't let this go no further. You want to know where I said that there?
Good friend only come one time in a life. If you don't see that a bit.
Big up everybody who acknowledge them real friends.
Things to all of me friend them so.
Everybody who acknowledge them real friends.
And Joe Blacks, good friend only come one time in a life. If you don't see that a better you tattoo your life. You things to all of me friend them so I. Me back to feel life. The way that I.
More than a friend. Yeah. I'm going to bring to you live and lively the man, Minister of Incomes, Amali. Amali, take it over.
All right, thank you very much, Sparry. Excellent set. This mic is on here, so maybe nobody hear me. Yo, thank you very much, Sparry. Now we're on to some more entertainment, but before we go on to the next act on tonight's show, we have a special guest in the building this evening. I was outside walking on the corridor, and he put up into me, and he didn't say sorry. I look up, and it was Honorable Prime Minister Timothy Harris. So Timothy Harris, come and talk to the people, please. A big round of applause for the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Good night, St. Kitts and Nevis. Just want to take this opportunity on behalf of the team Unity Government to say a hearty thank you for all the young people who have been participating so actively in the 2020 campaign. The Stronger and Safer campaign is the campaign of the future. And so I just want us to give a round of applause again to all the young people who have been participating, doing the house-to-house, coming out this evening, giving the strong support. Let's say it for the young people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We promise you a stronger and safer future. A stronger future means one of more jobs, higher paying jobs, one in which our young people will be able to utilize their talents, their creativity for their own advancement and that of their families. A stronger future means that our young people will be able to purchase a piece of the rock in the land of their birth. A stronger future means opportunities for home ownership for our young people. A stronger future means that the young people will be able to get affordable education. A stronger future means greater participation of our young people in information and communication technology. For your future then, you secure the future by voting for Team Unity. The safer future we will continue. For certainly over the last 5 years, St. Kitts has been the safest place to be, thanks to Team Unity, and thanks for the discipline, the hard work, the industry of our young people. So give yourselves again a round of applause. We promise and we shall deliver a stronger and safer future for the young, the not so young, and all the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And to the young people who basically have been managing our campaign, I want you to put your hands together. Let's hear it for youthful talent that has been delivering on behalf of Team Unity. For the young people of Bastia and around St. Kitts and Nevis who have chosen a life of progress, a life of industry, a life of discipline, and a life of peace. We want you to give them a big round of applause again. The stronger and safer future will continue. There's only one choice, one clear choice. Vote Team Unity on the 5th of June, 2020. The future will be stronger, better, and safer. God bless the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Help us build a country that we love. Help us make St. Kitts and Nevis our Garden of Eden. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. PM. Now we're going to take it straight into a performance that I'm really, really looking forward to. The top dog in the place, the guy himself, Mr. Imag. You guys ready? One tunes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, eh. Ooh, eh. Eh. The harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Me just a work hard, grace I eat a history. Inna the earth, everybody with me. Them can't fight all them want, them can't keep down. The harder the battle, sweeter the victory. We just a work hard, yes I eat a history. Body with me. Them can't fight all them want, them can't keep down still as a picnic. Ooh, 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 hey. The victory, more power in the earth, everybody win. Yeah, you don't know Father Pose I represent, you know. Unity. Let me start it.
It's showtime.
Showtime. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Good night, me saying his people them. Yeah. Hey. La 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 la. Yeah. Jealousy. Friend I kill friend for your no jade. As you step up in a life, then I pray you for inner. Jealousy. Cause me and by me bedside me kneel. My people out here in feel. Stay left. When you don't, them want keep you down. Them want put you under the ground. Leave them painless. Man a railway soldier. The boy them a snake like over. Careful at the wing. But me keep me go like theater egg. Give me a step with it, give me a step with it. See this snake in a them. Blood don't make me related again. Jealousy. When I kill friends for your new jardin. Step up in a life, them a pray for in a cafe. Jealousy. Level. Level. Because one bag of jealousy I go about the place in a St. Me come talk to me St. Kitts people left tonight. So me just up in a my pretty shirt. Yeah. Happy times. Next track. Happy times. And you see June 5th. Don't forget to do the right thing, right? Yeah. Remember, COVID I go around. Remember no gathering, right? Remember to sanitize. And keep it clean. You hear that? And don't watch no. Yeah. It's here for me, mother, they be done. Hear me? Hey, couples. Yeah. Yeah. As we can represent unity tonight. We want to say it's a better future. You hear that? Don't be jello. Me no want paint on a real. One all of me dogs them be low. The system a free me for years go. Me tell you say me don't do it jello. Me no want paint on a. One all of me dogs them be low. Sit down in me cell and me drink to me. What do you care for me? My Lord, me have to call on 15 to 18 man to a. Who no see a one win. Give me a step for ya. Give me a step for ya. Me want to big up every man in the jailhouse now. Let me tell you about jail. Know about it tonight. Get a youth to fist steal. See a far from me penitentiary. Could I never bounce it lower. Let me sing for me St. Kitts people. Say about me mother say me done with jailhouse. Me no want people to no be alone. One all of me dogs them be alone. The system. Next thing. Yeah. Hey, BSC. Oh, I go on. Good. Are you girl them request now? Me want big up your PM on that song now. Yeah. I saw you go. Top dog na the place, top dog na the place. Chop, chop, chop a city, got the tail off the rat, got the head off it. Top dog na the place, top dog na the place. Can't style it up, better what about, cause I'm big a road. Money flip, cash roll, everything around me. The vision when me get in a me, I could everything me can afford, me want every time I touch the road. Feeling like me floating on it, with me jump alone. If you know say you love money now, gossip. Money can't make man change nobody. Yeah, money make man live life. The new money with it, the platinum with the gold. Bounce it low. Unity in the place, you. Yo, me want to big up the PM again, you know. Because me don't see win. next thing. You know what them a wait for? Me I talk about some real money now. Come on, man, big up yourself. You hear that? Are you doing it? Yeah. Yeah. 2020 now. Me say, and not even a money scheme. An election we are win, oh. Oh, 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 oh. What a style, yeah, what a style, yeah, New York, what a style, yeah, what a style, yeah, London, what a style, yeah, what a style, yeah. Everybody jump, jump, jump. 2019. Brrr. Yeah. You mean, you think Unity bring joke artist, boy, yeah? Never. Magician, big up. Oh, 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 oh. Miami, no plane can't come right now. New York, what a style, yeah, what a style, yeah. London, what a style, yeah. Yo, plane, big up yourself. Yeah. 2020, a Unity. We are gonna take it to them. We are gonna take it to the pool. We are winning after them. We not got no time for labor. We not got no time for labor. No time for labor. We have fixed up the road them now. Check it out, pocket when your boss see ya. Get your girlfriend. Mommy have to call me, she golden. Turn golden. Shut the ready, they make me show them. I can put it there, you sleep. Man on the petty team, get the cheap, the brief. One thing I miss, believe. Get the bed, quick like. Never skip.